Okay, so that brings us up to wrong game, so I'll switch that over to the actual right game.
Roll initiative.
Okay, so let's see, that's the right game. Yeah, D&D, not Pathfinder. Otherwise it'd be like, I brought the wrong characters.
Well, I mean, before we started recording, we were doing nothing but talking about Pathfinder, so it works well.
Yes.
So yes, we have 6 rerolls for tonight, or GM slot.
I saw that you did Friendly Happy Times.
Mm-hmm.
Quick, now everybody get your friends to subscribe. We'll get so many rerolls this month.
Well, for every person that, because we've got one person has subscribed since then, so that means next month has got a +1 to your rolls.
Nice.
I am going to send it to someone. I want to wait until at least I had a good session to point to.
Yeah, look at that thing where I was so cool and I destroyed it. All the monsters.
See, look, this is what happened to me. No, not that one, not that one. Not that one.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, I got really into character. You were there when you started.
I'm tempted to send that one to Matt Mercer, you know, critical role. But I thought, I don't know if I should now. They might be going, what the hell is this guy talking about? Why has this guy got a wig on and a tiara on? Why is he playing Path? What the heck?
Well, hey, I'm sure they'll look at it and going, yeah, that's the sort of stuff we would do too.
Yep. HK.
And it wasn't even Halloween.
No, it was just a regular Friday for Mark.
I was going to bring it today actually, just to go see the character.
Well, Kiki is the blue-eyed blonde.
She's a creep.
Okay, so
It's creepy.
tonight we have 4 at the table, so the table's actually pretty full for a change.
Yay.
So,
Thank you, COVID.
going around the table, we have David up first describing himself.
Why am I always first?
I go by alphabetical names.
Damn it.
Makes it
I'm
easier.
going to change my name to Xenu. Hello, I'm David. I play Plyman Goranov, who is...
Amazing.
Well, obviously. I'm playing it. Who is awfully fond of horses. He's an Ethingarian. He's got 3 horses who he's never ridden in the game.
No, you've ridden in the game, you've just never ridden in combat.
Correct.
In
I've never rolled any check to do with horses.
And he's got all these amazing abilities to do with combat and horses.
Yes, I've got a level 3 barbarian for a horse. Also, I have a kid NPC, Basil Evershade, who I laugh at frequently as my horse tries to murder him. Maybe I should change the alignment of my horse from neutral. Anyway.
I'm sure he'll only kill bad people.
No.
So, next one down the list is Mark.
Oh. Jeremy, but anyway.
He's not at the table. I do Skype people next.
Ah, okay. I'm playing Kiki Lefeu, the female wood elf, who has just left the temple and never experienced the real world. So what could go wrong?
Everything.
And no love interest yet. Working on that for you.
Oh, that ploughman guy looks lots of muscles.
He's...
I'm not doing that, don't worry. I'm not doing that to you.
No, you wouldn't.
No, I couldn't do that.
He's an Ethingarian and you're an elf.
Look at it this way. The Ethingarian would go 100 years old.
Growth. We can't have no old pregnant bitches in the club. Anyway.
Anyway, only been in the first adventure last week. You know, saved the party from Elemental. You know, usual stuff.
No, you didn't. Yeah, you did.
And then we have Martin.
G'day. I'm playing Willie Toscobble, a halfling bard who likes to tell stories, make up names for things, and just generally hang about.
And he's doing quite well, actually.
At achieving those low bars, he is excelling.
Look at this, wait, he's probably a better investigator than John was.
Yes. Yeah, that's right. There is very little combat in this game, so I've made a character that actually operates out of combat. I learned, adapted.
And then next up is Stefan.
I'm playing Rio, who is a Eladrin. He's currently in his winter form and
Very wet.
has a very cold demeanour to most people. His personality does change slightly depending on the form he's in. And yeah, that's about. Oh, he's a sorcerer.
So somebody that Kiki can have them. Gotcha.
And online we have Jeremy.
Yep, good evening. Yes, I'm playing Dimitri, scribe, sage, scholar.
All round nice guy.
That some may think he's often full of hot air, but at least, unlike the rest of the party, he's not a wet sack at the moment. He's a ball of gas.
And just so you get an idea of where the storylines are, the Tuesday storyline has finally intersected with events that happened in this game. And so session 35 has connected to events that happened in session 9 of this game.
No, I know that one. Yeah.
So just so you know how some of those crossovers happen.
You weren't there. I was the only person there at the time. Only me, because even Jeremy wasn't there. So I got a feeling.
No, Jeremy was there.
Was it
I was there because we were actually visiting Dimitri's mentor.
Yes, I remember we were there. Yes, okay, gotcha. Yep, I know.
It was right after Jeremy joined back in.
Yes, that's right.
I think Jeremy joined in about session 5 or 6 of that.
I think I'm only original one. Must be the only original.
From that bit, but Jeremy's from when it started.
Yeah, still doesn't count.
Well, Dimitri is. He's one of the original characters.
Yeah, still doesn't count. Bradshaw's the only real one. So, yeah.
Dimitri's been around a lot longer than anyone else.
Well, Bradshaw can beat you on that one. I'm pretty sure.
Actually, no. He was in there for 32 sessions.
Go with it, man. Please just go with it.
Yeah, shut up, man. God.
Dimitri's head is struggling to fit through the door frame as it is right now.
I know, but it's the funny bit. So he gets stuck in the doorway and you continue
Right
on.
now, he can fit through any door frame, no problem whatsoever.
Not after a hammer gets to the back of his head. But anyway.
No, you could try. You could swing that hammer,
Sorry,
throw it away
I'm
again.
character here. Oh, that's so wonderful, Dimitri. There you go.
Maybe we could freeze the gaseous cloud.
Bradshaw will just smash it with a bloody...
So does that mean it's called snow if you freeze a cloud?
That would be snow problems. Oh.
No high fiving, no touch.
No, that's worth... That's at least a high five.
Bad touch, huh?
No touchy.
Okay, so what happened last time was you had been offered a job to deal with the wraiths of Ringrise. Gearing yourself up to deal with undead, you charged across the country, dealt with the bureaucracy, met with some of the sheriffs of the Five Shires, and managed to make it to Ringrise. Just in time to find out that the wraiths of Ringrise were orcs, not undead.
Weird orcs. Purple orcs.
Fire orcs, not earth orcs.
Somebody cast fire.
I'm sure they'll like it.
And then you met Kiki.
And then you met Kiki and Little Miss, who went an alternate way. And currently you're hunting through the catacombs looking for Nasty, who disappeared. And is currently not appearing tonight, so I don't think you'll successfully find him.
No.
As we finish the session, that you fell through a hole in the ceiling into a great lake underwater, as a river of molten rock came down after you.
I think we all just made it to the shore and then surrounded.
Not all of us fell.
Some of you were smart enough to gas yourself. Happy gas.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, obviously it's very happy gas if it's Dimitri.
I was, just a bit concerned about that elemental falling on our heads.
I'm now concerned about what comes next.
Okay, so you guys are in the lake with the molten rock falling into it, and there is a gas cloud moving across the ceiling. You can see that there is a village at the shore of the lake. Very large village.
Are they looking at us?
Yep.
Yep.
Well, look at it this way. You put the only light source into the room, and you got this pillar of molten rock.
So I could have cast light on. Was it?
My shield.
The
Yeah.
shield? Yeah, that's right.
I know somebody cast light on my shield, which is on my back.
Okay. I'll look around. I'll see these people. I'll try to do the elven symbol of hello, and see if I get any response.
You're in the water at the moment.
Oh, sorry.
So how far from the lake's edge are you?
I'll swim to the lake's edge.
Can everyone swim okay?
Okay, give me an athletics roll.
Athletics
Damn,
is
I
my
knew you were gonna do that
best
to me.
skill.
Damn it! This character, I don't know how I'm going to go.
Well, I guess I'm playing lifesaver.
Yep, you're going to have to do with me, definitely.
I'm not giving you.
So, love interest is payment.
Yay!
Here we go.
That's
Here we go. It's kind of okay. 9.
9 total.
I don't have like a 0.
I think you still have bull strength. So you get advantage on your strength rolls. Can I get a ride on Playman's back?
Let's see if you can
I'll see.
surface first.
I got 5 on my athletics check.
Okay, so when the what did Raya get on his
17.
17? Okay, so Playman right beside you surfaces Raya,
Right, I got 19.
and the other two have disappeared.
Yep, I got 19.
Yep.
I'm going to go back down.
Okay.
How deep is it?
It's a bit hard to see because there's this slowly falling, dropping glowing rock in the water with you.
Oh, what is it?
Yeah.
Next to it?
If you wait long enough, there'll be a nice island in the middle of the lake for you.
No worries.
I can light the room up if you want.
I was just wondering whether I could use my bagpipes as a snorkel. Maybe it's too deep for that.
It's like that joke, remember the old with the packet of chips? We've got plenty of air in here. Right, I'm going to go
It's a
swimming.
flotation device, and then someone pops it. Oh crap!
Could shoot a firebolt at the gas.
There's a good movie on Amazon
Is it
Prime called
flammable?
Crawl. if you
I would
haven't seen it.
assume so.
Jeremy,
Okay.
are you flammable?
Well, you guys don't really know what happened to me yet, because
I know.
you just found that the rope went slack.
Okay, so
yeah.
under the water, there's you can see that it goes into blackness below you, and as you go under, you can see Kiki sort of struggling just under the surface, and sinking behind Kiki, slowly down with the pillar, is your halfling friend. Who obviously, like all halflings, didn't really learn to swim properly.
Yeah, I'll get Sinky McGee first and then pick up Kiki on the way through.
Okay,
I can turn myself into something.
as long as it doesn't have
You've
a
been trying to
verbal
use that
component.
spell for a long time now. You've been trying to use it all of last session
Polymorph.
to turn my horse into a spider.
I better check if there's a.
Do I grab him?
Yes, you go down and grab him.
Okay, thank you.
Do I come back up?
That's up to you.
Yes.
Okay.
I would like to come back up, which is what I said on the way through.
I'm not particularly
Grab
heavy.
Kiki.
Give me another roll.
I've got a reroll. Let's see if I can do better than that. No, I can't. So 25.
Okay, so yes, you come up via Kiki, and you surface with both of them. Next to Raya, who doesn't seem to have noticed that you went down.
Well, Raya's a dick.
As Raya seems to be moving towards the shore.
Still a dick.
So how far is it to shore? And what was the space between the cabin roof and the lake surface?
It was a 30-foot drop.
30 foot, yeah.
So how wide is the lake?
The lake is about, I'd say, half a mile wide.
So you saying we
From
could
the-
use a giant shark in this circumstance?
If we have
Well,
to go
Martin
back
could.
into...
Though there is a slight problem. You might suffocate.
So there's no oxygen in the water.
No, it's fresh water, not salt water.
How about a killer whale?
Same thing.
Same thing.
No, they
No,
don't.
they breathe air.
Fine.
Everything, yes.
It's not good for their long-term health.
Well, Dimitri, the gas cloud will be floating up near the ceiling, slowly across towards the edge of the lake.
Yep.
But since I've only got 10-foot movement, it's going to take a while.
You only have 10-foot movement with a gas cloud?
Yeah, gas cloud's got 10 foot. Which means I can technically go 30 feet every round, because I can do a bonus dash action.
I attempt to assist these two boat anchors to shore.
That gas cloud visible?
Not really, unless you know what you're looking for.
Alright.
Okay, so yes, you guys have two of you, well, one of you moving nice and calmly through the water, with little bits of ice forming behind you as you go.
Yep. This is fine.
And then we have the person carrying the two panicked people.
I was going to say my save, but I didn't.
I don't say a word because I'm trying to keep two people afloat.
Good to see the party leader looking after all his subordinates.
You're quickly becoming not my favourite.
Really? It's taken you that long to get
Yes.
this?
Between us being called Dimitri,
I was talking to Rhea.
but we're called Dimitri's Chosen, so we can decide from
Chosen
week to
meat
week.
shields.
Yeah.
Well, he has to choose someone
Hey.
to take the fall.
Well, yeah, but
No,
we
no,
do need the 10.
You can't claim to be Dimitri's meat shields.
Why is
Quite
that?
often, Dimitri is the front rank for most of his adventuring career.
Not anymore. Well, not
Yeah,
at the
until
moment.
combat starts, and then he retreats into gaseous form.
This is the first time he's done it.
He retreats into gaseous form when he's stuck at the bottom of a cavern with a pile of molten liquid just coming down towards him.
Broke it.
Fair enough.
I just wanted to.
Although technically he went into gaseous form so he could actually continue to scout and then come back and report.
Yeah, no, we don't think that. We just know you're being a dick.
Okay, so yes, by the time you make it to shore, there are fires springing up along the shore edge.
Nah, shit.
From what?
And you can see purple skinned orcs crouched down by the lake's edge.
That would be a battle emplacement prepared by fire orcs.
Right.
And you can see that there's probably about 30 or 40 of them with bows and other ranged weapons waiting for you. And a couple of them with, they're basically forming a shield wall.
Can I play my drums?
I'm sure you can while you're standing on Playman as he swims.
Oh no, well, I want to get to the
If you
shore.
do that, I'm putting you under.
I went to
Are you playing Playman? Let the drums. Go Playman, go!
I've got some drums.
No. He's just giving you the beat for your rowing.
Yeah.
There's only one person who's going to be receiving a beat, Jeremy. And it's as soon as he turns out of a gaseous cloud.
Wow. I never thought somebody would hate him more than Bradshaw, but it's getting there.
Well, Plumman being the warrior-y fighty guy doesn't really appreciate that. Plumman being the smart noble guy also knows exactly what he's doing and kind of appreciates it.
Okay, so you reach the shore where you finally find purchase. The shoreline is jagged and sharp.
Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be?
While he lets me up, I touch his shoulder and say, "Thank you very much." Give him guidance
Yep.
for a minute.
Do you cast a spell in front of the orcs?
Well, she doesn't know any better.
That's true.
Is it guidance? Is it a spell?
Guidance spell, yeah. I'll just say.
Oh, by the will of Ixion, let me guide you.
I don't go that far. I just touch him and say,
No, it's actually a verbal component. If it doesn't have a verbal component, anyone in a hearing range of you knows you've cast a spell.
Is it
no,
divine magic?
Yes.
it's divine. I just.
Yeah, you've got to put a lot of effort into that too.
No, I'll just go.
Well, it's only a cantrip.
I hope to guide you in your future life. And that's what I say.
It's got to be more vocal than that. It's not a quiet thing. Quiet things are not spells.
I mean, if you were like level 20, you'd be like...
That's why you have
Yeah.
silent spell.
Yeah.
Silent spell is I touch you and just say, look, I've got no
that's fair
spell.
enough.
But
Okay.
And why wouldn't you want to show off when you're casting a spell?
and it is you are honouring your god when you cast the spell.
I
It's
say,
true, yeah.
by Ixion, please guide this great man to future endeavours.
And you hear the name Ixion ring around the chamber for a while.
Shield.
That's right. You're bringing the light of Ixion into this dark place.
Well, while we're here, my shield that has light cast on it,
Who cast
hide
light?
it.
Was it me or you?
I don't know.
It's Grace.
Is Grace good? Because that means if I did guidance on you, you'd lose the light. But anyway,
No, it's not a concentration spell.
we'll
It
guidance.
lasts for an hour.
Concentration up to a minute for guidance.
Yeah, but the light is not.
Oh, no, okay, cool.
You don't you only lose concentration spell.
I had my light on the guy that left us,
Yes.
so can I put light across my...
Can I
Holy symbol?
You can if you want to.
Yes, I want to put a...
So you cast a second spell.
Anything
Oh, by the
fabric.
Please
Please.
guide me in the brilliance of your light.
Can I
I
borrow
say.
that for a
Colored
sec?
cloak, yep.
These are all cantrips.
Put it
so
over
it's
my
like
shield to stop it from
So-
A glowing.
But
scoring me
I only
out.
want to glow enough so I can just see in front of me.
Okay.
I have covered my light riddled shield.
So as you cover your light riddled shield, light just springs up beside you. From the elf lady.
Right.
As you hear the name Ixion echo off the walls again.
I ask.
Maybe they follow Ixion. Who knows?
I
Could be
ask
an orc.
Whelm what he thinks about orcs. What it thinks about orcs.
Tasty.
It thinks that orcs' brains are an interesting thing to examine. You should examine them now.
Righto. Just as long as you're on board.
Oh, it thinks the only good orc is a dead orc.
I think I've got about 100 to go.
So you're looking and you can see that this is the edge of a fairly substantial town as you get out of the water.
Let's embrace it. I am gonna don my shield and grab Whelm and look generally quite intimidating, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Now, with light on my holy symbol,
Mm-hmm.
Hang on, no. Superhero pose.
I would like to walk
As
forward,
the water drips off.
hands out,
Hey, I don't really wear much clothes. I don't wear a
and
shirt.
just greet the orcs saying, in trying to like a peaceful kind of means.
Okay. With the light of Ixion around you.
Mhm.
And how does Willie deal with the fact that you've got crazy elf lady and crazy horseman?
I'll sing a song.
No, hang on. So we've got two bright, shining here superheroes, and you're like, "Jin, jin, 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 jin."
Yeah, on my lute. Let there be sound, and there was sound. Let there be light, and there was light. Let there be drums. I've got to kick drum.
Can't you see he's the man? Let me hear you applaud him. Anyway,
So
Let there be guitar, and let there be rock.
give me a perform roll.
Is it rerun vocals?
with the shiny golden comb.
Can I roll an insight roll and see what they... Can I work out how these orcs are feeling about us right now?
Not yet. Someone's doing music for
Okay,
us.
cool. Okay.
Someone's doing it.
Because that's my only good skill.
Oh, I got a crit 20 plus 7.
Oh, no, here we go. They're gonna start dancing.
You remember that time when Plowman took over the party because he looked like a superhero?
Yeah.
Okay,
It
so
was very inspiring.
you start doing
Oh,
all
one
this.
man band.
You start doing all this theme music. It is timed perfectly to every movement of Playman, and you seem to be capturing the audience as they're all watching the amazing Playman do his posing,
No worries.
Oh, sorry.
and they're completely silent on the other end watching.
I'm glad they're engrossed
You
by it.
hear the sound.
Drags two people out of the water. Loving it.
So I want to walk to them about maybe a metre away from them
Mhm.
and just
You have played
see
into
if I can get some
Plowman's wet
communication.
dreams.
What language do you use?
Egos.
That'll be a common because that's the only one I think.
Which common?
Oh, okay.
Do you know any languages? Do you know any?
Just as a curiosity, while Mark is thinking, do the Ethingarians have
But
any
not orcs.
feelings about orcs?
Orcs are one of the depending on which orc you're talking about.
Yeah.
The white orcs generally are left alone because they're scary and they like the top of mountains.
Mm.
The
Yeah, because they attack from they're of the north, from the north, from
and
Thingor.
they left their your lands recently
Oh, nice.
in a peaceful manner.
I'm cool with this. I'm an Ethingarian.
The Ethingarians actually forced everyone else out of their path of exodus.
Hmm.
So there's one of the few times you'll actually remember them working with orcs. There's also the orc raiders from the Broken Lands
What
who
options do I have?
your people absolutely hate. They're more the
So I
green
didn't write that
orcs.
down. What options do I have? Do I have Thyacian?
So it's
Phaeton and Alphaeton are the two main commons.
like we've
I'll
got
go for this first one.
orcs that I respect and orcs that I hate.
You want Alphaeton?
White and green. That's like halfway
I'll
between.
go
isn't it?
Alphaeton as well.
Okay.
Begrudging respect.
Because no one else is like that's our enemy kind of thing, isn't it?
Is it green and blue makes purple?
Alphaeton is the elemental
Culture.
combat.
Okay, yeah, we'll do that because I've got Celestial, Elven, and Halfling, so yeah. Okay, I'll do that and I'll just seek out.
Which means you might not be able to speak to Dimitri at all.
Don't care about Dimitri. Well, Dimitri's a stranger and I haven't really talked to Dimitri because he hasn't really said anything much at all, so I don't really worry about it too much. So anyway,
Red and blue.
but I'm just going to go. We're here to in peace. We have lost our friend. You might know where he is.
I need a better herald.
He's about this high. He has some stumps on him. I think we call him Stumpy.
So do any of you guys know the Alphaeton language?
Never heard of it.
I think our own version.
So in front of you've got the elf speaking nonsense.
And I'm just keep
How are you going with that? Is anyone responding to it? They
Yeah,
answering your questions?
I speak out Alphaeton.
Then this you do hear Kiki using the Alphaeton language to try to talk to orcs.
You're ruining a good impression.
None of them seem to be having that look of comprehension to what she's saying. They're just admiring the wet form.
Oh, and by the end of it, I go into religious spiel. I go into religious spiel at the end, going,
glistening and
"Have you met the Father Son, the great Ixion?" And I start that at the end until somebody stops.
Go.
Do you want me to dry her
Fix
clothes
that.
with prestidigitation?
Or
Or are they enjoying it too much?
Well, they're all just sort of crouched,
Okay.
but most of them are staring at Playman. And Playman's also glistening
I'm just gonna
with that muscular pose.
gently approach
Kiki.
Have you
Kiki
seen New Jumanji?
and
Either
just
one
place
of
a
them
hand on
ones.
her shoulder and
Intense
say
stare.
in El.
You smolder.
Smaller.
Tony?
Yeah, in
Well, you can do Elvish,
Basically,
whatever it is, yeah.
Elvish, whatever.
Yeah.
And basically say, orcs generally don't understand Elvish. I don't know what school you studied at, but. And I'm just going to do a back head slap.
Oh,
And I go,
he's my leader.
But I've never met an elf before.
Apparently, you were never met either. You can introduce yourself.
That's
I-
fine. This is my introduction.
Why are you so mean?
Because it's my job to make you don't get yourself killed.
Oh. And you see me walk away with a little tear as I walk away.
And there's splashing in the water behind you.
Alright, that'll be the killer whale.
You see a elemental start rising up out of the water.
Oh, Jesus!
What kind of elemental?
A water elemental, huge size water elemental.
Oh,
G'day.
I walk back, I look up, and I start walking backwards back towards where I got slapped. So it's like I'm going, and I just point,
It's basically standing right behind Playman.
and I'm just pointing
Alright.
above at Flamin.
What's it?
It looks very much like a sea serpent.
Okay.
Plyman's just gonna roll a Constitution save. He's good. Cool.
And you can feel it drip on you.
Whatever.
Can I? I'm going to say in front. We mean no harm. Try to say towards the elemental.
It looks at you.
I don't understand what's going on.
It's got intense white eyes.
there's orcs in front of us, elementals behind, and I'm stuck in the middle with you.
I've seen wool elementals like this.
Clowns
It's
to
not
the
all
left
water
and
animals.
jokers
Yeah,
to the right.
Because this
However-
would this be the same one I banished or not?
Would just be
The same one I banished?
no, you
Giant
banished a
water
fire
elemental.
elemental.
Cool, gotcha.
Fire orcs.
Because when it comes
Oh,
back,
yeah, it's in.
he's pissed as shit.
It
You wanna
did
make
come
it
back,
rain?
and that's why it burnt the whole corridor above.
And, he's
All
pissed
I
as
know
shit,
is I'm
haven't they?
just
Okay?
going to roll with this
That's
one.
what I thought last
I'm
question,
gonna
'cause I know-
pretend like the water elemental's my friend until it's not.
And I'm going, and I'll just wait about it.
Okay, and you can see that they've got a shield wall all around you on the beach between. So it's basically a shield wall, this small section of beach, and a water elemental.
What is Is the wave currently talking to me? I can't remember.
No one's figured
No.
out a language they understand yet.
I can't remember if the wave talks to me yet.
And they're all sitting there
Do you have
waiting.
wave?
Yeah.
And there's a huge water elemental.
Yeah.
Are you,
Carry on.
Are you looking a bit confused? Because I haven't talked to you in halfling.
I choose not to display any emotion towards the emotionally sensitive cleric, or whatever she is.
Okay, fine.
And the fact that you're being racially insensitive by speaking in a language that the halfling doesn't understand. Halfling.
Am I able to-
Troldaran and Phaeacian.
It hurts halflings that they don't know halfling. It's one of the things I told you about.
Oh, I'm meant to be aggrieved. Oh, woe is me.
Oh, whatever.
Well, it's basically one of the oppressors knows my language.
We got other shit to worry about
Yeah.
right
What's,
now.
what's Wave's thoughts on water elementals?
It starts singing a sea shanty to you.
Oh,
Have fun.
okay.
Just remember, you started this dialogue.
Yeah.
Something about blowing and windy and wet.
Yeah.
And it repeats. Again and again.
Then I
and
look
again.
over, while this is all happening, I look around going, I'm missing somebody.
And Jeremy, what would you like to do? You're currently above what looks to be about 200 to 300 orcs gathering at the seaside. A couple of them seem to be shamanistic. One of them at the back seems to be gesturing, and as it gestures, the elemental moves.
Okay.
And they all move in a crouch-like movement. So they're all standing about 3 foot tall, but if they were to stand erect, they'd be about 6 foot tall.
This is totally an illusion.
So, well, Demetrio will just keep floating past as soon as he can, as quickly as he can, but not very quickly, and aim to get to a spot behind that shield wall and probably behind the shamans of the group.
Well, it seems to be from the further you go in, the more of the city you see. It is a city to rival the Palace of Etrurgan.
Plumman
So,
takes a few steps forward,
Mm-hmm.
gets close to the shield wall,
Mm-hmm.
does a big old ooga booga, beats his chest, screams out in Ethengarian rage, and then bows.
Give me intimidate roll. See how intimidating you are.
It's not really an intimidation.
Plus a D4.
Well, it's not really a diplomacy either.
I rolled from 20 to 8.
Ding, ding, ding. Bonk.
Some bitch. Guess who stacked against charisma? 9.
9. Okay, so as you're
Wait, intimidate. Sorry, let me go back. Let me actually look at.
There's a variable rule that lets you
I'll
use
let-
strength for intimidation if he lets you do like a flexing move.
It's pretty much exactly what I'm doing.
sure.
I think I have skills in intimidate. I do. Damn.
So it says the strength multiplier.
And he gets to add proficiency as well, I believe.
In which case, 17.
Okay, so you do this very impressive. Wows everyone, including your teammates, except for the gaseous cloud that just ignores you.
That's okay. He's a dick.
He is.
Full of hot air.
He's so huge. No, sorry, I'll go there.
And you feel the eyes of the elemental on you,
Okay,
and it's still dripping on you, even though you moved forward
that's fine. Does that mean it's dripping on them?
a little, but I don't mind.
Maybe they're not fire orcs. My fire orcs summon a water elemental.
That's a good point.
Hmm.
Okay,
Could
so
I get inside the orcs now?
sure.
Damn.
24?
24. They seem to be impressed by the Ethengarian, who's closer to their size.
Me, no, right?
You, they seem to be ignoring completely,
Okay.
and they seem to be curious of the halfling.
Gotcha.
Whereas the Eledrin, they seem to have written off already.
That's fine.
Yeah, don't care much
Yeah.
about right now.
So basically, when Dimitri gets past the main shield wall type stuff, he's basically going to find a spot where he can be hidden as he reforms,
You
and
managed,
then I guess, do you want to stealth roll?
you managed to find quite a few different places you can land. There's even balconies. So these buildings are of a more advanced version than you're used to, especially considering they're built for underground.
So okay, so in fact, yeah, if there's a balcony, if there's a second or third story type stuff, that would be a good spot to come out. I'll take a quick look in the house and make sure that there's no actually someone immediately in the room behind it or anything like that. And then reform and call out in Orcish and immediately followed by Phaeton. It would appear you could do with a translator. I'm happy to be of service.
I do the whole shot going, oh, wow, how do you get up there? That's what I do.
Okay.
Can I play a discordant note
Yep.
to minimise his appearance in comparison to Playman's?
Okay.
Can I take 7 off the roll I made? 15. It is hard to play poorly, but I will reduce it by 7 to 8 if that's okay.
You can actually do the whole you intend a discordant note, so you get this amazing discordant note.
Alright.
So there is this big stunning revelation note as Dimitri calls out, and everyone turns to look at the halfling.
Wait, how far away is he?
The halfling?
Yes, the one who made the discordant note.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay, right.
How far was Jeremy though? Is he from us?
Probably about 100 feet.
Okay, down. I was going to light him up. Make him more spectacular.
Fireball!
Are we just making a theatre?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It really is. We've got
Drama has come to the journey to the centre of the earth.
So, Jeremy,
or not took
I don't light him up. It's too far away.
So, Jeremy, the building itself, it seems to be only about 4 foot high ceilings.
Okay. But these are medium-sized creatures, aren't they?
They are,
Yeah.
and they
But
all
spent-
seem to be moving on hands and feet.
But they spend a lot of time crouching and crawling. Yep, okay, happy with that. So,
So think a society of golem-like movement.
yep. Okay.
Plummet
The,
really doesn't.
So,
want to
well,
be the one
is there any
who
reaction
dialogue
from
here, so-
No.
the orcs?
The
To-
universal magic.
What are they saying?
Awesome.
One of them has come up to the building you're at and is calling out the alien in the building.
So,
Alien
okay, I'm
come
here to
forward.
offer my services as a translator. You appear to be at an impasse with the people on the beach.
They talk nonsense.
Yes, that's right. I can understand them and I can understand you, and we can ensure that there are no misunderstandings.
He's talking to you in Theatin.
Oh, okay.
I can understand
But
that.
were they speaking Theatin most of the time?
Yes,
Not until.
somewhere.
G'day.
I don't know what they're talking about. So.
So it calls you to come over and translate for them.
Can't we all speak Theatin?
Not me.
Most of you can, except for one.
Alright, I can sing it to you.
I just approached
I was assuming you were speaking Theatin, which is why I chose Theatin to actually respond back to you guys. But
I don't understand.
if there was someone who didn't speak Theatin, he'd
Just
go
a
with a
basic
different
one.
language that you guys can understand.
They were pretty familiar
The-
with Dimitri turning up and making us feel useless. It's pretty normal.
I don't really feel useless considering the guy's speaking substitution.
But you speak it too, don't you? Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so
Why let him be the spokesperson then? I'll keep playing over him.
So you find yourself
Bing!
being escorted to the others.
Bong!
So, I'll aim to actually deliberately stand between the shield wall and those groups. on the idea that, yes, I'm not necessarily directly associating myself with the party as yet.
You
I'm
massive
deliberately
dick.
I'm deliberately
No,
aiming
please,
to
for
be
one,
an intermediary.
You won't get between Plum and Plumman's sort of eyeballing part of the shield wall.
Well, but the point being that he's deliberately aiming to take up a spot just off to the side,
Yep.
rather than necessarily being on one side or the
Gotcha.
other. Assuming the orc allow that. So.
Kiki runs
yes.
up to Dimitri and hugs him and says, "Oh, where have you gone?"
Yes.
So, do you allow Kiki to hug you?
So. Greetings, man.
So you're now surrounded in glowing light of Ixion.
Oh, Dimitri,
You know-
we lost you.
The light of Ixion may not be what's needed down here at the present time.
I don't understand that. I don't understand Thasian, so I've no idea.
What do you understand? I've been working around with you to know what you talk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Elvish, Halfling, Celestial, and Alphadian.
Yeah, we can't communicate.
Well, I can speak Alphasian
might have to take Thiafen
or
I'll
Kalari
take
Elvish,
Yeah.
Kalari Elvish, which I think is Wood Elf.
I'll take the.
I moved him over to Thiafen because otherwise he couldn't talk with half the party.
Yeah, otherwise I'm
Yeah.
just going to flirt with
But I think as a Wood Elf, that's Kalari Elf, isn't it?
I'm on the Wood Elf, so yeah.
Yeah, so I think they're the Kalari, which
They
Dimitri
are.
also speaks.
Yep. So I'll have to. Oh, Dimitri, I thought we lost you with the fire animal. I hope you're okay.
We hope
So-
to.
I'm new to this party. I don't have any issues
I've
with
already been here.
Dimitri.
Plumman ignores everything that's going on there and spends the time looking for one of these orcs who potentially looks like he's tough shit or he thinks he's tough shit. He will eyeball every single one of the shield wall if he has to.
Okay, so you see one of them coming towards you from behind the shield wall.
Mm-hmm.
He is hunched over,
Nice.
but he's twice as tall as the others.
Cool. That sounds like fun.
It looks like he may be
A dick.
well, he looks more muscle than he is anything else.
Gotcha. Slow.
I do lower my light a little bit, but I need to see you use the light to see Jeremy. So
And he does have really large tusks compared to everyone else. He's got greying sort of hair.
Cool.
Which shows out on the purplish skin.
Did you say that you released Whelm, by the way? Sorry. Okay.
You can look well up.
Yep. Thank you. Plumman's not going to look at anybody except for him.
Mm-hmm.
You just make eye contact with him, not aggressively, just
respect.
And he's covered in a crapload of scars.
awesome. I'm fairly sure at this point Plumman is too.
I just
Yeah.
are these orcs?
16 scars.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just doing this to Dimitri just to put him off. Well, not put him off, but just more going. I still don't know what orcs are yet.
And one of the crouched over smaller ones steps into the edge of the shield wall and says, "Why have you invaded our place?" In Thiaten.
Who's he looking at?
At Playman. "You horseman," he says, clicks fingers.
That's not good. Even I know this as a Kiki would not go good.
Lucky. Roll the 20. Too many halflings have died.
This one's still alive, he says, pointing at that one.
Yeah.
You haven't got them all yet.
No, we're here to help.
You're here to help the halflings die?
No, help you guys not kill halflings, but if you need other means of help, whether it's playing a fantastic song or whatever, we're here to help. We're Dimitri's chosen.
Who's Dimitri?
That guy.
And I make my light kind of show him in such grace, kind of thing. So he looks like the light is coming from above down on over Dimitri.
Yeah, Plumman does a very
So you pretty much hold your holy symbol over the top of it?
Demetrius' chosen thing.
No, I'm just going to get the light that
I
shines
thought-
across his face.
I had thought that you guys all worked for Rhea.
Nope.
No, not me, man. I
Ria's
just
our
showed
leader.
up.
Just because our party's called Dimitri's Chosen doesn't mean you're the leader.
I was just healing the halflings up top. That's all I was doing.
No, it's not. I'm just trying to remember who in the party was technically, officially following Rhea.
Not me.
'cause
Officially is just Nasty and Grace.
I want the 10 hit points.
Oh, okay, right.
I was going down
Because
little miss.
technically-
Yeah.
Nasty and Grace are on my payroll.
Yeah, well, that's right. Because Dimitri joined you after being asked by the Duke of the Land to go and catch up with you guys to see what was happening. So
And in this job you're actually doing this one based on investigating things for Redrian, so any of you could be in charge.
Yeah.
Bags not.
But I want to make sure the light just shines across Dimitri's face, make him.
Okay, so you're pretty much doing this then, around your holy
And,
symbol.
and I'll just make sure it just shines so that it's like.
So, it looks like Kiki is using her hands to light up Dimitri.
To a rabbit finger puppet.
Pretty much.
And then I understand the orc now. I go, oh, this one I'm shining a light on is Dimitri. He's very smart, and that's all I say.
Just looks at you, so is that in reference to your own intelligence?
Oh no, he just seems very smart. He doesn't know me too well yet.
Yes, you do hear the shaman going, probably good thing then, as looks at Dimitri. So,
I'm very. I don't quite get the sarcasm yet.
so it goes, so human, why have you brought these strange people to my lands?
well, we came here after hearing rumours of undead haunting the passages of the halflings above.
But the halflings,
And then-
the halflings are not miners. They've been invading our territory.
Oh, okay. We were under the impression that it was undead that was involved, and undead clearly have to be removed. Have you had any issues concerns with undead down in these tunnels?
Oh no, we just burned them out.
Okay.
Nothing like a toasty undead.
So
Indeed.
What have the halflings been doing to you?
Stealing our metals.
Ah, what kind of metals?
Mithril.
Right. Okay. And
And silver.
mithril and silver. And were those given to you, the mithril and silver?
No, we live in these halls. We've lived here for longer than they've been up above ground.
Ah, so
So
they're
they're
encroaching.
the invaders.
Okay.
So your people invade.
Well, yeah, I'm technically not part of those people, but
Well, you're a halfling, aren't you?
I am a halfling.
All halflings, come from the same stock. Well, there are 5 of you.
Right.
5 different types, anyway.
Okay. More than I knew, thanks.
Was there a particular halfling that was causing a lot of damage here, or was it just all the halflings?
Have you met halflings before?
Only this. Oh, I've been healing the ones that are injured upstairs, but I didn't realise they were causing you damage in here.
Well, they keep trying to steal all our crap.
All right.
Oh.
So
Have
if we told them not to no longer go into the mines,
That would be good.
all right. How long have they been doing it?
Probably for about 200 years now.
Okay.
They've just been getting deeper and
Okay.
deeper.
Perhaps a mutually beneficial arrangement can be come to.
Well, they hate orcs.
Well, you hate halflings.
Not really.
Doesn't mean that trade can't happen.
Well, last time we tried to trade with them, they killed the person we sent to trade.
Is he telling the truth?
Well, unfortunately, it is one of the things
Give me an
that
insight roll.
as you mentioned, there are 5 roots of halflings. Likewise, there are a number of roots of orcs, and the ones that live up the top tend to be disliked by many. They tend to not be very good neighbours.
Yes, the surface orcs are horrible.
That's right. But I can tell from the culture and civilization of your settlement that you could certainly be good neighbours if it was understood exactly who you were.
The last
Is
time
this not true?
Last time we let halflings in here, they stole whatever we had.
And so he was telling
They
the truth.
can be a little light-fingered.
I'll speak up.
Well, let's not generalise about halflings.
Is there any way we can gain your respect so that we can actually try to arrange something with the halflings? Is there a way we
Sure. Find the artifact the halfling stole, and we will open negotiations with them again.
Okay, artifact. Okay. What kind of artifact?
It was the one that lit up this cavern and allowed it to grow with green life again. It used to be a underground forest.
Right.
Oh.
What does the artifact look like?
It's a green gem.
Right.
Looks like sort of like a seed.
And how long ago was it stolen?
300 years ago.
300 years ago? And you said the halflings started coming down 200 years ago.
Yes, that's because they keep coming down for more crap after they found out that they could steal something.
Okay.
Sorry.
So you know for sure it was a halfling that took it?
I was there at the time.
Okay. Could you describe the halfling?
He doesn't look like he's from your family line.
Okay. So a bit tougher? More hairy feet?
I would probably say he was probably one of the fire aspected halflings, ghostwise. Ghostwise halfling style. So I think I haven't got the Shire down specifically for that one yet.
No worries. So we had 4 halfling heritages: Evershades, Sharpstones, Vermin Squash, and Wanderthorns. Does that fit with any of the 5th one?
They're all done by Shires. So
okay, these are different.
Yeah, those are different.
Not necessarily the elemental
So these 4
baseline
plans
of
don't
them.
relate to the.
I'm not sure where you got those ones from.
Because that was upstairs in the town.
Oh, in the town. Oh, okay. So in the town they name themselves, and they're not those
they're
are
not the same.
those are halfling families, not subtypes.
That's right, yes. Because I would expect that within the 5 shires, basically, the 5 shires are all made up of one subtype of halfling, I would expect.
Oh no, each shire is based around one of the types, but they've intermingled so much you'll find them everywhere.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So a fire aspected subtype of halfling.
Do we have a name?
300 years ago.
I'll ask you if there's a
Okay, he was he called himself Lightfinger Isilbod, but we don't think that was his real name.
Okay.
I mean, some halflings do like to brag, so he may have used that elsewhere.
And,
Not that you would know.
And last he knew, he went north.
Okay.
Their magic had said the gem ended up in Galantry somewhere.
And in the last 20 years or so,
Elves are there, but it's... Yep.
have any of the halflings made it down to your citadel down here?
No, because we stopped them before they get this far.
Okay. Because certainly from what we've heard from the halflings, they certainly had no indication or understanding that you're even living down here as a civilized group.
Well, there are green orcs in the hills. There's also black orcs in the hills.
Yes, and they were assuming that you were just some of those orcs from the hills that were taking out certain of their folk in the mines.
When you said green orcs, that's spit in the ground.
Well, they were talking about... the green orcs, yeah.
I'd like to offer my services as a cleric to see if I can help heal any of these tribes while we're down here before we head back up to look for the gem I offer. So, if he accepts.
He sort of looks at you and says, why would we want Ixion to touch us?
That's okay. I just thought I'd offer.
And then he goes into a long rant about how Ixion is extremely racist.
I accept his views. Reluctantly.
So,
Ixion doesn't like anyone who lives underground.
I suspect that, in fact, the folk who live up above you now have little recollection or knowledge of this Lightfinger
Isabod.
Ichabod. No, I think it wasn't Ichabod. It was and as I say, less knowledge and understanding of your existence. But and as you say, generally speaking, they hate orcs. But that is because of their interactions with the green and black, more than likely.
No need to keep generalising about halflings, but would it be okay to look at the location where the green gem was taken from?
He points to the lake and says there was an island in the lake.
Right, so it disappeared after the gem went?
It did.
Right.
Simon continues to eyeball that giant orc.
Would you have any
He
written
winks at you.
records or pictures or diagrams of the item and the conditions?
Are you a good artist? Would you like to draw a picture in my book?
He just looks at you going, I'm not sure I trust you that much.
Oh, okay.
You are a halfling after all.
I know, but I hope I'm showing my commitment to truth and justice, and not a
And halfling
bias, and not a bias towards
Okay.
halflings.
Well, if you do manage to bring back the seed that is missing, then you will be seen as someone that he can trust.
Okay.
Double healing. So.
And he waves in the air, and you can see in front of him an image appear of what appears to be a floating island in the middle of the lake, which in the center of it is a glowing gemstone that lights up the entire cavern in green light.
Thank you. I can tell that's from your memory.
And so how big are we talking about?
Probably about the size of your fist.
Oh, okay, right. I was just, from the description, I was thinking, hang on, if it's something that's lighting up the middle of the lake that's half a mile in the other type of way, I'm thinking, hang on.
I'll get my globe of
How big's this kid?
I can draw a picture. Is that alright if I draw a picture?
He nods.
No, wait, I was going to go past guidance, but I thought, no, he's alright. I just like touching people.
You obviously met Drizzle.
If we get, now that we know this knowledge, if we find this gem and bring this back, will you,
I will treat with the halflings in good faith.
Okay. Now the other question is...
Well, as I say, and that would be great. However, as I mentioned, it would have seemed that the halflings above may well have forgotten your existence and the existence of the theft in the first place.
Well, if they don't know...
We shall certainly investigate and
I'm happy to
attempt to recover this
I'm
gem.
happy to educate them on past. Just because they didn't do it doesn't mean they haven't benefited from it.
No, in fact, like I say, we shall certainly investigate and attempt to recover this gem, because I can certainly understand it is necessary and
we
needful
will.
down here.
We will.
However,
Let's not vacillate. We'll do this thing. What was your name, by the way, Mr. Wolf?
if the gem was unrecoverable,
It's an art.
because as I said, I've done a lot of research in history, and I've never heard of this gem in the last 300 years.
No, that's fine.
So I'm
Even if I need to
concerned
go
that it
and
may not
research for
be
2 years,
recoverable.
get to level 9 and cast Legend Lore, we'll find it.
Jeremy,
If
give me
the,
a history
if
roll.
Ooh,
Sorry?
can I do
Give
a
me,
history roll?
give me a
History?
history roll.
Can I do a history roll?
Can you give me a DC for me to not attack this giant?
Don't
Sure.
fight people.
Have a roll
19.
and I'll tell you if you make it.
9.
23. I've got an expertise in this shit.
You really want to fight this guy?
Can I turn you? Can I say there's no need to fight? Make love, not war.
And Jeremy, what did you get?
I had 19.
Okay, so you have heard of gems of fertility.
23 for me.
Oh yes, no,
You've
I've
also
heard
heard
of
of
that.
that
I'm
too.
happy that I've heard of that, but the point being the fact that
Gems of fertility.
we don't necessarily have a direct knowledge
No idea.
of a particular one in the last 300 years. So Dimitri's actually asking the idea of, okay, yes, if we are unable to recover the gem, is it still possible to develop, if the halflings above can be made aware and understanding that you are not like the black and the green orcs, that potentially a friendly coexistence could be at least attempted.
He tells you that if you can get them to coexist peacefully for the next 50 years, he will think about it.
Well, that's certainly a start point.
Coexist.
He sort of speaks as his 50 years is like a the equivalent of a week to you.
Was he happy to give
Yeah,
us
well,
his name?
obviously he's obviously an ancient figure.
He
remembers
his name is
300 years
Koresh.
ago.
Koresh. David Koresh?
He just uses Koresh.
Alright.
Of course, the issue is that his Triton's actually not that good, and he's misunderstood the term year and day.
Dimitri's superiority is really starting to get on my nerves. It's good work.
Plowman actually really likes it. If he didn't think he was superior over Plowman.
Okay, he's superior over everyone, including himself.
Absolutely.
Anytime he sees his own writings, he basically shows you how poorly that person wrote it.
Well, it's a recognition that he's always growing and learning and expanding his knowledge. Obviously, what he knew, like he was a dunce last week.
Zone of Truth.
Yep.
It doesn't say if it's a ritual or not. You know, where does it say it should be a ritual?
It would say in the level
In
section.
brackets usually.
Crap, I don't want it. No, I was going to use it.
You were going to cast another spell? Oh, Wixie, make everyone tell the truth.
No, I was going to use it when I go upstairs to the halflings. Right now, I'm...
You know that'll probably break your head.
What?
Zone of Truth. The halflings start telling the truth. Oh, crap.
Not a good idea.
I'll make the entire town tell the truth. Well, there goes that town.
Well, I'm still innocent. I don't know any different. Anyway, I'd like to ask if there's... we have a friend that was lost from us. I believe he was encouraged to come down here by one of your colleagues. Do you know where he is at all?
What is his name?
We call him Stumpy.
Why do you call him Stumpy?
He would probably introduce himself as Nasty Stuff.
I do not know anyone of that name at this stage.
Well,
He's a
have you
halfling.
had any... He is a
Stupid
halfling.
weird halfling with stilts.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
So,
I will keep an
but
eye
also-
out and send him topside when he shows up.
Yeah, he's a friend
Okay,
of
okay.
ours, so if you could not hurt him, that would be great.
Do you know what happened to the other two that fell through into the lake?
Possibly they drowned.
So, no, I'm not. I'm asking the players on the sense that
They drowned.
They're gone
The,
now.
Nasty stuff was
Emma,
ahead of
like
us.
so, yeah. So
No,
Emma
Little
and
Miss.
Grace. Sorry, no. Well, it's actually only Grace, isn't it?
Little Miss.
Grace is the only one. Or Little Miss, sorry, is the only one that's missing. Yes. So, yeah. Do you know what happened to Little Miss?
I think she's somewhere, but she might have used a spell to cover herself.
She disappeared into void. I'm sure she'll be
I
back.
can find her if she's within 100,000 yards.
It's okay. She'll be fine. Nasty Stuff's her friend. She'll be near Nasty Stuff.
Quick, let's conveniently forget about that little plot
Yeah,
hole
thank-
and come back to it 2 weeks later.
Well, it was more the idea I was going to say, well, with Dimitri looking around, hang on, Little Miss isn't there either. I was thinking, hang on, is she still trying to swim in the lake?
Jeremy, I've almost murdered one of your characters. Let's not. I've almost tried to murder one of your characters. Let's not make it two.
And I'm also asking for a way out if that's possible from this leader. And I have a quiet look at a barbarian friend who looks very uncomfortable right now. So,
No, he's very comfortable.
No, I'm just still because I'm just,
Very comfortable.
he's got that look of like I've seen him.
Does your friend wish to fight my friend?
He likes a good fight as a challenge or a sign of strength,
My friend has not lost a fight in years.
hasn't he?
I can't wait to see Plummet get his ass handed to him.
Well, hey, Plowman.
Perhaps we can have some evening entertainment.
Oh, look, I'd like to see you fight. I've never seen you fight before, Plowman.
But with non-lethally.
Well, we're all friends here. There's no reason for any damage, any long-term damage to be caused.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I talked to the leader. I'd like to know more about your culture down here, just to make sure we get that quietly well.
I thought you as an elf would have known our culture.
Well,
have you not studied?
See, my study has been towards my patron, and a lot of it's involved me sitting in the temple behind a desk and not coming out for like days.
So you have not paid attention to your
a very
teaching.
sheltered life.
Has your culture forgotten all that they knew?
I've been sent out as a quite young elf to learn these things of the world.
Does your character know any of the sciences? Or did you actually learn science when you were at school? You know that chemicals have reactions.
I just believe in the great.
So he picks up a bit of water, splashes it in your face. Water gets you wet. See, look, you've learned something.
Do you have any songs I could learn?
No. I have many songs, but none that you can learn.
Oh,
You're a halfling, your voice doesn't go that high.
any instrumental songs? What kind of instruments do you play?
Well, we do have the skull snare drums.
Okay, I'm pretty good at drums. Maybe you could teach me a skull drum song.
Possibly. Do you have a skull set?
No, I don't. I do have drums, but
Do you have any friends you don't want? It's best made with a friend.
no, I haven't done that. Not really on my list of things to do.
Well, it's okay. They won't need their head anymore by the time you've finished.
I think I'll give it a miss. Thanks very much for the offer.
But you've got many opportunities here. I'd probably say that he looks around. That big guy over there, the Horse Lord, would give you one of those great resounding ones, whereas the two elves would probably be a little reedy for the actual work.
Right. It's good to know. Thank you.
So I'll try to.
But dwarf heads are the best.
Really?
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Yes, they get the best beat going. When you get him as hard as you like without breaking.
Dwarf heads make the best.
Maybe we have this duel tonight. Under a great big feast.
Especially if they're a friend.
I was just say I'm just hoping for maybe a bit of 4 hour kind of leeway.
Okay, he starts getting his friends to draw out a circle for you. Would not want to keep a fighter waiting. They have very little patience.
Gonna fight.
Now, this conversation was all in Thayan, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Now, so you know, guys, as a cleric, I have spare the dying, a lot of healing spells just to help him out.
So they have the big guy steps to the edge of the circle and says, and basically just gestures for Playman to enter.
I've got a healing spirit.
I'm in.
anyway.
You're
So
in?
if you can get him back up, he can dance around the healing spirit. Or the healing spirit can dance around him.
Okay. He has no weapons.
Blyman has weapons.
Plummet, I believe this is a wrestling match. Weapons aren't required. It's a friendly competition.
Maybe we should give a spiritual weapon. In the back of the head. Too well. Anyway. I'm going to sit down and have a conversation with a random orc. Because I feel like it.
What's it like being an orc?
Yeah, 'cause that's how I'm going to go, because I've never met an orc before.
Okay, so he sort of he stands there and gestures for you to come at him.
I don't say, so it's the odd opportunity to meet you. We'll actually try and speak, give a bit of a whisper, supporting whisper in Plummet's ear before he goes in, just saying the fact that, yeah, hey, we won't make it look good, but if you let him win, it'll make us look better.
Yeah, Plumman doesn't respond to that. I think he saw that coming too.
So I'm getting a little cloth out. I'm got some cheese, some wine, and I'm just sitting there going,
As long as you have a character that doesn't cook, I'm okay with that.
no, this is just, and a little bit of elven bread, and I do offer it to the other elf from the party.
What's this with Windows keep wanting my computer to restart? I did an update yesterday and want to do another update today.
Yeah.
Might be additional patch.
Oh, my phone wants to update too.
It keeps popping up. Would you like to update?
No, thank you.
I have a set time. I've told you it. It's after games.
Yeah, but have you considered updating?
And it keeps popping that up every hour.
Like, hey, that's really cute, but
Okay, so you get to go first. Are you going to do weapon or unarmed?
I'm doing weapon. What's the subdural,
The subdural.
non-lethal?
You have to
requirements?
basically declare you're doing subdural damage. You get a minus 4 to the attack roll.
That's still better than punching with fists. You guys ready to see Plowman get owned? I still got bull strength. Thanks, man.
What do you think? This would have been the other advantage of Plumman not using weapons, because then he has a better justification for himself as to why he got owned.
Nah.
It only lasts an hour, so bull strength might be done. Because we did a lot
All
of
strength
dungeon
is
crawl.
done.
We haven't
Sorry.
really done a lot.
All you need to do is rage, and you'll get your double
Yeah, I
strength
know.
anyway, and you'll get your advantage on strength checks. So. And then I can cast whatever the charisma one is, so I can have advantage on charisma checks. But
Enhanced charisma.
it's got a fancy name. I'm sure.
I might tap our half and say that probably not a good idea to cast spells on the guy that they're dueling.
No, it's finished. It's fine.
Cool.
I just cast on me.
Just most likely to get us all killed. Just saying.
So, yes, you get to go first.
Cool.
It's called
It may surprise you,
Eagle Splendor.
but Plowman is going to rage.
Mhm.
I know. I'm sure that blows you all away. He's going to run an attack, subdurally. Subdurally. Hang on. Where are you? Yeah, cool. Jesus, I've totally forgotten how to play 5th edition already. Cool. Attack. Attache. Where are you? Awesome. 12 to hit.
Okay.
Isn't that awesome?
So you go in and swing with your hammer. Thunk. How many attacks do you get?
Do I get 2 attacks?
Should do.
Depends. If you're multi-class,
You're level 7.
Yeah. Apologies, I haven't actually written that down properly. Just the second attacks, are they at a...
Yeah, you get extra attack at 5th level, so
Yep.
you definitely got 2.
Alright. 16 to hit.
and you miss again.
Nice. I'm gonna lose.
He just, stares at you, swing, he doesn't even move.
Cool.
And then he swings at you. So he hits a 26.
Yeah, no, that'll do. That was me getting hit.
Okay, so now I've actually got to dig out different dice. Where's the dice? This is the dice one. All the dice.
Every last one of them.
Well, he's just using his fists, so we should survive most of it. There's the other one.
All
Okay.
bludgeoning.
So he does. He does 8 points of damage with his first blow.
Yep.
And he swings again. A 28.
Mm-hmm.
He does 7 points of damage with his second blow.
Mm-hmm.
A 22.
Yes.
He does 10 points of damage with his third blow. And then he follows up with a bonus action attack of a 27.
Yes.
Well, all your temporary hit points are gone.
Yeah, exactly.
Dealing 13 points of damage.
Cool. My turn.
That was the other reason I was thinking that Rhea was considered leader by you guys, because you expected him as leader.
Okay, so yes, it is your turn. Oh, sorry, I actually forgot he has an extra dice on each of those as well. Because it's a special feature. So that's 3. So add another 14 damage.
Cool. That's a little bit better, thank you.
Yeah, so it'd be good if you land at least one blow before you fall unconscious.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
So what's going on? I'm talking to Ring going.
19?
19's a miss.
So this plowman, is he any good?
You actually have to dodge that one.
23?
23 does not miss.
Fantastic.
Nearly misses.
But did you take the minus 4 for?
Yeah, that's why I've been missing. Can I borrow some d8s?
Yes. We should do damage.
One more, please.
A couple of them.
I couldn't find the other one.
Alright, I'm going to need some more. I think I have too many red dice.
18 damage.
18 damage.
He falls unconscious.
Yeah, can't you? He's got a glass jaw.
Oh, sorry. 20 damage.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's enough. That knocked him down.
Yeah, there we go. Done. Thanks.
He grins at you and then decides he's going to make a single roll against you.
Yeah. Can't wait.
Constitution saving throw.
He's going to knock you out of the circle.
Don't you have to roll to hit for it?
No.
Oh, it's not the one.
Oh, sorry, if it hits, yes. So would a 13 hit you?
No.
Okay, in which case you didn't have to make the roll.
Damn it, I passed. I'm pretty sure I passed anyway.
No, if I'm thinking of stunning blow, yeah.
No, it's not stunning blow.
But, okay. I thought that you had...
My turn?
Yep.
Excellent use of a round.
Ooh!
Well, it is very close to stunning blow.
You hear this clapping in the background.
Miss.
Okay, miss.
I think Bradshaw was here. He had comments. Rousing comments to sock you on.
Where's the...
I would have hit that. At least I handled well and better than you. And shit like that. So.
Mm-hmm.
But he's
not here,
so
so
he can't
shit.
say that shit. So.
Look, he just goes for 4 attacks this round.
Yep. Probably better strategy.
So, 21.
Yes.
It's okay. You've got the hit points. You can soak another... That's 3, 6, 11 damage.
This is getting concerning.
17.
No.
17 misses.
Yep.
A 25.
Yes.
$11. And the fourth attack is a 21.
Yes.
Another 11 damage.
He thinks he's killing you. He's doing 5 points.
Cool. I would like to use one of the rerolls.
Okay.
Cool. What did that? Do you remember what that price said?
15.
It was 15 before?
Yeah.
Cool. They're both going to miss anyway. 19 to hit?
19's a miss.
Both miss.
He lined you up for more hits.
Can't wait.
18.
Yes. You're on it.
So 8 or higher, he hits you.
Nice.
So that is...
Really shouldn't be... I'm going to stop doing subdural damage.
So 16 damage.
Shit.
21, so that's a hit.
Keep over
11
battling
damage.
him.
No.
Yeah, but is he doing subdural?
A miss.
Don't know.
And a miss.
Cool.
What, is he using his fists? Or
Yep,
is-
he's using
Yeah.
his fists.
Yeah.
So it's technically subdural, isn't it?
Unless he's a monk.
Unless
He's on a monk.
But
I don't know that. Either way, Plumman is no longer attacking subdually. The fact, purely playing it from Pilea's point of view, I realise that I'll meet that previous damage, hopefully. Playing from a Plumman point of view, he's pissed. So attacking.
Mm-hmm.
What time is it? Yep, going to use another reroll.
Sure.
What a fucking pointless exercise. 23.
23 is a hit.
Martin,
Yep.
24 damage.
in the unlikely event that it looks like Plamen might actually
Win.
kill the creature, now that he's not using non-lethal damage, Dimitri's readying a hold person spell to cast before that killing blow.
I was hoping for a mind affecting.
Forget. Book.
Whoever drops, I'm going to use a healing word as well.
Okay. So as you do that blow and wind up and actually strike him hard, he sticks his hand out and a flaming blade just forms in his hand.
Nice.
And you can feel the heat come towards you.
Nice.
And it's basically a great sword.
Nice.
So
Really?
you think that's going to hurt. So it's your action. It took him around to summon.
2-6.
So when you're trying to cast something to hold it like Dimitri is, do you cast the spell when it goes off, or do you have to cast it and then it goes off when you want it?
Technically, if he's held his action to do so, it disappears at his next action. He's technically cast it.
Right. Okay.
I'm basically
for it.
preparing to jump in to cast a spell when it's needed.
But is it visual? Like,
Martin,
Yep.
can you roll a percentage dice, please?
Percentile dice for you.
15%.
I get a 92.
Fantastic. Minor anti-magic field. From, well,
It's got what?
even magic items become mundane until the spell ends.
Yep.
Still there? Still flaming?
The sword's gone.
So it's gone?
Mm-hmm.
Why no?
He falls over.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah. Everyone within the area of effect, all the orcs in the area of effect fall over.
You're a star.
All orcs.
Looks like he's dead.
I'll cancel the minor anti-magic field.
Can I go over and heal him?
Can you cancel it? Does it say you can cancel?
I've got a clause to get out of that one.
So it's a while since you lost a fight.
So all the orcs have disappeared.
No, there's a bit. They've fallen over dead.
Dead.
Yeah, everyone within range of his anti-magic field has died.
I threw Whelm away.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 10-foot. It's a 10-foot sphere. As in, like, to the edge of the shore.
Land at the shore.
Mm-hmm.
Guy's still not moving. Even the shaman got hit in that.
The shaman get killed.
Mm-hmm.
I say, can you walk away, please? I can fix this.
It's the hammer.
Can you walk away with the hammer?
The hammer's gone.
Okay.
Big, you see his hand again.
Are they all?
They're teasing you.
Is it all? Are they? Can I check one? Are they dead or they're just unconscious?
No. Have a look.
I'll check one out.
Give me a medicine roll.
I mean, Plumman's okay with this.
25.
Right, looks like he's died of old age.
cool. I'm just going to step into the circle and hold up Plowman's hand and declare a winner.
We just took out their two best people.
what the other orcs do? I'm looking at the other orcs right now.
They're angry.
Yeah.
Martin, can you please roll a percentage dice?
17.
Bad news for me.
You just aged 10 years.
Oh well.
What?
Cool.
He looks older now too.
And not wiser. Oh, well.
Shit. Like this one mess hitting it.
But it still goes off.
Cool.
Your magic consumes your
Fun story. Bombs in my hand.
So the animagic field's still going. They sort of back away from you.
Shit. I'm trying to think what I can do.
And yes, and your magic goes away.
My magic.
Yeah. You have your light spell's gone, your...
Hey, that's actually a really good point. My light spell's gone too.
I've got dark
Yeah,
vision, so.
any other
there's
sources
just
of light?
flame around the outside.
Oh, that's okay. Yep, we're all good.
I'm taking a 10. I'm getting further away from him at the moment, but not towards the orcs, but just enough away from him. And does the thing come back at all, or not? The light's gone away for good?
Oh no, the light's gone. The cantrips just snuff out in animagic.
Okay.
I'm just gonna light a torch.
We can light spells now.
Yeah, I was gonna. When I'm 10
It's not
foot
further,
away
is it?
from him a bit.
It's just out when he's within 10 feet of.
Yeah, so
The thing.
I'll redo light on the thing, and saying,
Well, you happy you got what you wished for?
You won.
Cool.
now is there any leader still there for the orcs, or just?
Oh, there are some, but they didn't come down to
Can
the
you
shore.
res the shaman with your spare the die?
No, he's dead. That's the guy I checked. He's dead.
You don't have
So if they
revivify?
die of old
I
age,
don't have a 300 gold diamond.
Resurrection, raised dead doesn't work on someone who's raised dead doesn't work on someone who's died of age.
So basically, I had.
Aged out.
I didn't even have a thing because I've got less restoration. I've got.
Yeah. No,
I've
that's
got
Well, looks like we're not searching for the gem.
I
we're still going to find the gem, aren't we? So we want peace between the two people.
I look at the orcs that go in saying, "Are you kept alive due to magic?"
So which one you did the anti-magic field? You did the anti-magic field. They give you a 10% immunity to magic.
all the time.
While it's running, yes.
Oh, okay. So
But
10%, not 100%.
so it doesn't actually do an area around you. It's not an area effect.
Okay.
I think we're looking at two different spells.
It's not a spell. It's the power ability of your weapon. Any magic will 10% of the time miss you.
Okay, sorry, I was just referring to a spell. Yeah.
That's right, yeah, exactly. The spell Minor Anti-Magic Field is the one that has a 10-foot radius. So,
Yeah.
Okay, let me.
So we
because
rewind.
I would have interpreted
Give me a
the
sec. I'll look it up.
web page
I'm okay with
information saying
rewind,
that,
and we just
yeah,
go with that.
Whelm effectively provided the spell Minor Anti-Magic Field. Or sorry, Anti-Magic Field. Do we have that as a minor?
Creature, damn it. One creature, damn it. I just have to spell it.
Admittedly, yeah, the spell in the book is actually Anti-Magic Field. So minor might mean that it's not as effective as the spell.
Yeah, man, I'm totally okay with that.
So the minor effect literally is it protects you, not
Yeah, cool. All right. No,
So
that
it shouldn't have knocked the
yeah.
guy out.
Right. So shall we rewind the attacks?
We can rewind.
Fantastic. Good times.
Look.
Woohoo! I guess it's his turn to attack.
Which means there's a 1 in 10 chance it won't affect you.
Casting the spell, can I attack?
It's an action.
It's an action.
Mhm.
Is it Whelm's action or my action?
Your action.
Cool. No worries. His turn.
If Whelm did it, you don't have a penalty roll.
Yep.
Although I would say, Martin, that for an artifact, only a
they said it
10%
needs 10
effect on a single person is not very powerful.
Well, the thing is, it's also a first. It's the equivalent of a first level spell.
Which?
So if it was going to be the anti-magic spell from the book, it would be an 80% chance of failure,
Oh no, like I said, I've got no problem with it being effectively the only affecting the individual. But I'm thinking that 10% is a fairly small. Like for the cost of the 15 power points out of 80 for the day,
120.
10%. Okay. So well, you've awakened it. But
Yeah.
okay. So, like I said, I was looking at the That's right.
So it's basically the daily thing.
Cool. It's swing.
Okay, so he swings at you.
Yeah.
So his first swing
This is gonna fucking hurt.
misses
Cool.
because the animated field soaks it
Nice one.
and takes out his sword.
Nice.
So his second
Oh,
one.
I see. So the idea is that effect actually can last all day. It's not actually a short-term effect for the.
It is. It's until he takes a long rest.
Right. Okay. Well, that makes 10% much more logical then. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so he punches you for fist, getting an AC 17.
No.
And then he punches you again, getting a natural 1.
Does he punch himself?
Does he punch the
Fall over?
ground and hurt his hand?
He punches the ground and hurts his hand.
Cool.
I often go up and heal him, then I realise that Rio trying to help him back.
How do you like attack of opportunities? My turn?
He looks at you with a annoyance.
Do you want help?
No.
Like I can do bardic inspiration.
No, man. No.
Ding, 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 ding,
No. I've already... Plumman already feels like he's cheated with the
He's
temporary hit points.
He's raging. He's frothing at the mouth. He's
Yeah.
Okay.
He's been frothing at the mouth, pacing back and forward, trying to fight this guy for a while now.
Okay.
He's good.
Alright.
Does 19 hit?
And it reinforces
19 does
the
not
idea,
hit still.
never
Next
use
is-
artifacts.
Okay.
Oh yeah, they suck. They really suck.
So he punches at you again,
Extra
getting a
damage is
24.
cool. Hits.
So that is 5, 8, 16 damage. No. 13 damage. And then a 19.
Yes. AC 18.
That's 11 damage.
Plumman is hurting.
And then a miss. And then a hit. 9 damage that time.
How many?
9.
Sure. Oh. How do we confirm criticals? Is it just a critical?
It's just a critical.
Cool. It's critical.
Okay.
Jesus. What is the...
You hit him, you hear this crackling sound, and you basically see look as if Whelm has ripped his spirit from his body.
That was not intended.
I better go check that out.
As it pulls all the magic out of him.
Oh, no, that's totally fine. Oh, that's not good!
And then he just ages and dies.
You did it again,
Call me Natalie Imbruglia because I did it again.
but not the shaman this time.
Not the shaman this time, just the person he's attacking.
These hard.
Because while he's got the anti-magic filled up, a natural 20 on an attack roll inflicts his anti-magic on whatever he hits.
I'm going to read these two things at well now.
This is amazing.
So they got magical aging.
It's not magical age. Yeah.
Magical hand.
No. They've been magically saved from aging,
What the fuck?
and it's now caught up with them,
Okay,
Full strength too?
or caught up with him.
that's alright.
Plumman Rage,
And he looks as if he ages like over 500 years in an instant.
Ark of
Sort
the
of
Covenant?
like right,
No,
the
Dimitri cast Hold Person on
Last
Plum.
Crusade.
A moment later,
How's
apparently.
his skull look?
What did you cast, sorry?
Hold Person.
Yeah, a bit too late, buddy.
But apparently a moment late, but okay. But at least it might actually stop you swinging
Also,
further.
blame him. Wisdom saving throw.
What's the DC?
Where are we?
And roll a d10 at the same time. If it comes up for one, it doesn't.
Spell save DC 15.
Never mind, Jeremy. I both passed and it didn't work.
Okay.
Well, thanks you for its contribution.
Was it a giant?
Got charged up.
Basically, it gets it likes eating magic.
Don't we all?
Twice. Okay.
Well, 3 times actually. He took away the guy's flaming blade.
Yeah, nice. Plumman roars in victory. and then calms down. He then hobbles? No, limps back to
Do you require us a heal, sir?
back to the group. He very subtly shakes his head.
I've got a. Okay.
Not for the moment, thank you.
You want a healing spirit dancing
Not
around you?
right now.
No, until after he's had a long rest.
Or not.
What you got fairy beans?
Actually, that's a really good point. Not until after I've had a long rest. Otherwise, that spell could potentially not go so well.
Right. Okay.
Just funny when people go, "This is amazing," and it's like, hang on a moment.
Yeah. These fucking relics are double-edged swords. They are cool, but they are so much trouble. Right. Plyman doesn't.
And so, how do the orc react to the fallen of the felling of their hero?
They start singing a prayer
Mm-hmm.
Can I? So
in Orcish.
In Orcish,
So I need music.
Yep. but it's definitely a sort of a
They're doing it with drums.
dirge / hymn for the fallen.
It appears to be a hymn to the fallen in Orcish.
Oh, Plyman's. Well, in that case, Plyman stands in respect.
I'll
Yeah.
try to memorize the song.
You try to murderize the song?
Memorize.
Can you imagine that somebody singing that song, coming around a corner, charging at you?
Can I, in low whispering breath, say a prayer from Ixion to wish the guy a safe journey to the afterlife?
So you want to interfere in their prayers?
No, I'll let them do, but I'm just whispering. Just
Give me a religion roll.
7.
A 7? Ixion's not listening to you right now.
Ixion's pissed.
Oh no, if he rolled high enough, he could have taken the soul for Ixion.
Yeah, that would have been.
Yeah.
Okay. I
It's sort of like deathbed confessions.
nod. I look up
Is
and
Ixion
nod.
an evil god? Is that,
If a cleric presides over someone for a specific god, they can dedicate their spirit to that god,
right.
no matter what they believed in life.
A spirit thief.
Pretty much, yes.
Ixion can be.
Which
All
is
clerics-
what
all
I know,
clerics
right?
are
This,
evil.
this nice person, my ass.
Which is what scholars will later say is a dick move.
Well, no. It's the typical missionary idea that attempting to save a soul.
Oh, don't flashbacks, please.
No, like on the concept.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean, Jeremy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Some people will do that.
Yeah, they will.
And
Despite the beliefs of the person.
a lot of them are looking at Kiki with looks like they want to murder Kiki at the moment.
I hide behind.
I cough blood.
Yeah.
I won't
Dimitri's
but
not
I-
religion. So, 16 on religion.
Yep.
Dimitri can recognise what could happen if Kiki continues with her prayer.
No, Kiki, stop now because the god.
No, but the point being the sense of if Dimitri realised what could happen, he would definitely have kicked her in the shin saying, quiet.
Anyway, it happened.
Gonna slap.
It's what people do over the fallen of their enemies. I give you to my god to do with as he pleases.
Yeah, I know, right?
May he use your soul to wipe the unicorns behind.
That's right. Because Dimitri recognised that Kiki wasn't doing it deliberately, but also recognised that it was not going to be good for the situation if they realised what she was doing or what might happen. So,
I was whispering. Did they pick up my whispering or not?
It'd be enough.
I picked it up, so therefore I told you to be quiet.
Yeah, but okay. If I was playing the other character, I would have told you to fuck off. But,
Yeah, fair enough.
but that's all right. I'm playing Kiki. I'm going. Oh, okay. I won't do that again. Damn Kiki.
Once they finish, Plyman says some sort of Ethengarian honouring of the dead nonsense.
So, which god do you honour?
Okay.
There are three main.
God's awake.
There are three main gods of Ethengar.
God's awake. Power comes from men and horses.
It's got the god of the sun, the goddess of the
Strength is
land,
power, wisdom
and
is stupidity.
the god of mischief,
What was the middle one?
goddess of the land.
Yeah, that one will do. She provides horses.
And shelter.
Yeah. Horses. Cool. Well, Plumber got what he wanted.
He
You
won
guys
the
are
battle.
dicks. Why wouldn't you stop him?
I didn't know any different.
Dimitri tried
I didn't know any different.
before the combat and after.
Yep.
I didn't know any different. So that's okay.
Yeah, this is your fault, clearly. Someone else's fault,
It's
obviously.
definitely your fault. We all warned you.
No, it's Plumman's fault, not David's fault.
Oh, yeah.
Because Dimitri tried to say no weapons.
And I can't do much because...
Dimitri, why don't you go and be a cloud again?
Dimitri, can you ask him whether we know how to get back upstairs quickly, please?
Yeah.
I don't think they're
After
fielding
the
questions
slaying
about
of their champion, they're asking you to leave.
And can I ask... No, I'm going to get Dimitri to ask because I'm probably not the best person to ask right now. Hey, Dimitri, can you get us to point us in the right direction, please? Is that
I'm
water
gonna go
elemental still there?
Yeah.
Shit. Okay.
The shaman.
Okay. Well, okay, so Dimitri will basically say, okay, well, we shall aim to return with the gem as soon as we discover its whereabouts, and also have a word to the halflings above to try and make them aware of your presence down here and your potential willingness to be peaceful neighbours.
Well, the spokesman for the peace just died.
I thought it was the champion died.
He was also the one who wanted peace.
No, I thought he was the one that there was the big guy that was coming in behind with who was talking to or who was fighting.
The shaman was the one who'd been talking to you, but the shaman points out that the big guy is the one who was happy with peaceful contact.
Yeah.
But he didn't say anything.
He didn't. He was
Okay.
he was there watching.
Yeah, that was
The
internal
shaman that wants
politics.
the gem, wasn't it?
Maybe the next champion will be of more interested in conflict. They do not know.
Okay.
Well,
It has been 1,000 years since they've had a new champion.
I killed a guy who was 1,000 years old.
It's alright. My last character killed that ghost.
That was awesome.
are you suggesting that? Are you now the spokesman until the champion can come forward?
No, we need to choose a new champion before we can speak. The champion let me know what he wanted before we met.
And how long does the choice of champion take?
No more than a few years.
Okay.
Well, in the meantime, we shall attempt to recover the gem.
Hey, no, fuck that. We bought them time. Let's get the hell out of here.
Dimitri,
Hey,
let's get our ass
I didn't
out.
say I didn't make any mention as to how hard we're going to attempt to recover the gem. But yes, in the meantime, we shall attempt to recover the gem, and until a new champion is chosen, I'm assuming that the wishes of the previous champion would remain extant.
No, they died when he did.
15 inside on Dimitri.
Mhm.
Is he waffling too much now?
I always waffle.
He always waffles, yes.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's part of
You
Dimitri.
need to interrupt him at regular intervals.
If you interrupt him, he'll continue to waffle.
I know, tapping shot. Dimitri, I think we should go and do what we were told we were
The,
going to do. So let's go. Come, Dimitri.
How are we getting upstairs, though?
Mr. Shaman person, can you put us in the right direction of the exit, please?
He points out.
Yes.
Anyone-
Yeah, you go and work out the way to go there, and I'll catch up with you.
I can turn into a pterodactyl and fly everyone up.
Well, he points to the flaming hole in the middle of the lake.
Is that still flaming?
Yep.
Wasn't that just some molten the sides of the tunnel caused by a spell?
No, it was fire
Oh,
elemental.
sorry, elemental.
Yes, it was an elemental, and it's still there.
The elemental's still there. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh.
I thought the element. Oh no, the element got dismissed for a minute, didn't it?
It did, yeah.
And then obviously came back. Right.
I look at no, we don't go that way. No, that's not a good way. Because I can even.
Jeremy turns his back on you and walks away.
Okay, but Dimitri's still aiming to discuss the idea of until a new champion is chosen, can we accept at least a truce between the natives?
Oh, can we just go now?
I said go.
Even Kiki's getting annoyed with this. Now let's go. Okay, guys, let's. Okay, I think we've made a point, and let's go.
He said they will give you a truce until the sun sets in the next day.
A truce to get out of here.
Yes.
Right.
This is not a truce on our behalf. This is a truce with the halflings above.
They will give them the same truce.
So they need to vacate the tunnels by tomorrow night.
Well, where do you claim territory?
They seem to claim it for everything underground.
Is that the whole person?
The halflings have noted that seemingly only when they go deep that there seems to be a loss of or disappearance.
Well, because they've already taken all the metal above. So whenever they go and get
Yeah,
new
no,
metal, they
person.
get killed.
No. Hang on. It's a personal ritual.
It was the dwarves that had delved and greedily stole from the land.
Yes.
The dwarves or the halflings?
The dwarves and the halflings continuing what the dwarves did.
Right. Who took the gem? I thought it was a halfling.
It was a halfling who took the gem. Well, the dwarves had enslaved the halflings and forced them to work the mines. One of the reasons that halflings hate dwarves.
All good halflings and meant to be punted. Like moons.
There's plenty of reason to kill dwarves,
That's
not
what
just for
Bradshaw-
their skulls.
That's what Bradshaw would say. Bradshaw would say.
It's the only good dwarf is a dead dwarf.
Mm.
The only good halfling is a dead halfling.
They're made for punting. Off cliffs.
Okay, so
I think we need to get out of here. If they're not going to tell us where to go, we need to just get out of here.
So yeah, I can turn into a pterodactyl and fly people upstairs.
Do we know what direction to get upstairs?
well, they point towards the flaming passage.
So we have to get back up through there. Okay, well, that's a good idea. Do we need to cool it down?
Pterodactyls are resistant to flame, aren't they?
What up?
Pterodactyls.
No.
Do you see the problem?
Well, I've got to find another way. Like, we've got to get out of here.
I have no other way, my friend.
Okay, what's that?
We kill orcs.
There's 950 of them.
No, there's about 80 of them.
I thought there were 950 last week. That's pretty.
Oh, they're 80 on the beach.
There were 80 soldiers at the beach.
Yes,
Plus the rest of the town coming up.
Right, so you want to just wipe out the.
We're talking a town of 1,000 minimum.
They're only orcs.
These are not the same orcs as above.
These orcs are weak. I fought the orcs. I fought the white orcs. They were
These are
strong.
not white orcs.
The white orcs were strong.
So, Jeremy, one thing you have learnt in your studies, and this is what the halfling may probably have learnt as well, is that the fire orcs are known for their magic.
Okay.
They are
Which
the orcs most adapted to magic.
So we found the
Which
swishy
the guys have actually come across and noted. Because the orcs kept shooting magic at them.
I'm just saying.
So,
You'll get that healing ready.
Maybe I don't want to hear you now.
I think you do.
Plumman, considering you're the one that got us into this situation by taking weapons into a recreational challenge.
There is no such thing.
Excuse me, Dimitri. There was no rules setting that he couldn't take his weapons in here. I think you need to reword your phrasing, please.
It was clear that the opponent had no
there was
intent to
no
have
rules
weapons.
specified, and I
He
think
was punching pretty hard.
And there's no rules specified. Therefore, it was a free for all. I think.
It was a combat designed to cement friendship between our peoples.
And
You don't go killing each other when you're trying to cement friendship.
No, sometimes these things happen in combat. Over my
Not if they don't use weapons.
over my elven years, I've seen many things, and this thing's going to happen.
Not if you
Excuse
don't
me, I
use
think you're being
weapons.
culturally insensitive.
I'm pretty
His
sure the
weapons are essentially his
Ethengarians
body.
would quite happily do wrestling matches at a feasting hall.
Have you found a way out of here yet?
So we should do the Ethengarians from now on do knife fights. They settle all their disputes by killing their friend.
No, not so
As long
much
as that friend
friends.
is a dwarf.
Family members. They kill their family
Oh yeah,
members.
that's fine. Actually, that's pretty.
I
Yeah, yeah.
I go to read.
That's
Do you have any
dead on.
spells that would get rid of the fire?
Nope.
Okay. Is it just fire? Is it magical fire?
No, it's molten stone coming down.
Yeah, the elemental itself is.
It's the result of the elemental sitting in the tunnel.
Hmm.
Do we have to go and kill an elemental now? That we can't get to? Wait, surely the elemental will eventually get into here.
If it's coming.
A few centuries later.
I'm sure one will say, oh, we'll only be around for another 50 or so years. You can wait.
Yeah.
It was summoned.
That's like 1.5 spells for
Was
him.
it?
Well, that's what I think. I remember you saying that. Or was it summoned?
I think it was.
Okay. Damn it! I wish I was in there. I don't think what I can do.
There are
to
multiple
read
ways to bring in elementals.
it. Can I see it from where I am?
No. It's a couple of 100 feet up the tunnel.
My guiding bolt.
I remember it was a helter-skelter of a tunnel.
Mm-hmm. Now currently lit up with molten stone.
Maybe.
Casual
It might be more straight down now. It
Mum.
might be a bit wider and more straight down.
As a casual, at a casual look, is there any other visible exits to this
Give me a
giant?
perception roll.
Sorry.
I might do one too.
15.
14.
Okay, so looking to the right and left around the lake, you can see that there are tunnels on each side. Not sure where they go though. Which one do you have a preference with?
I would say left.
Okay, let's go left.
Hang on, wait, actually, after watching whatever the new Top Gear is, I know that the Mongolians always turn right when they begin a journey. Let's go right.
Okay, I'm following.
Right's the correct way, of course.
I'm fine planning.
It's the right way.
Okay, so you start heading right and they move out of your way, considering you're wielding a glowing hammer.
Yep. I look at Dimitri. There's passage over there. Maybe go this way.
It's as good a way as any.
Yeah. There's another one over there, but let's go this one.
Do.
I mean,
Okay.
obviously the orc that met Nasty Stub presumably did not go up that passage in the middle of the cavern roof.
Maybe
So,
there's a Gemrus.
Saying he's missing?
What's he up to?
He's lost in the tunnels.
I don't know.
He just lost his husband
Do you have a new girlfriend?
or girlfriend or whatever.
Okay, so you find this passage. It starts to spiral up in a slow manner.
Nice.
And once you start walking up there, you realise none of the orcs are following, or they seem to have cleared the way.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I am terrible at directions. Someone else should lead.
And you as
You
you're
just told
going
us to go right.
as you're going up, there's side tunnels everywhere.
I found tunnel. There was no other tunnel, so we go this tunnel.
We keep going up.
as long as it's an up way, we go up.
Okay. So you spend about an hour or two going up, and it just keeps on going and going.
That's good. It's going up.
Okay, we'll go up.
Okay, after about 3 hours of circling,
Like we're just going like that, up and down like that.
this is going up like this.
Okay, cool.
You find the rocks around you start to feel damp.
At least they're not molten.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's significantly better.
Damp, cold rocks.
near water.
So either a water source or near somewhere that is cold outside. And maybe it was raining. Hopefully.
Yeah, there's no kind of atmosphere.
We'll continue on, I guess. I mean, there's no other option.
Okay, after a couple more revolutions, it is extremely cold up here. There is no heat source.
Cool.
And you come to what appears to be a door. There is a single orc standing there looking at you.
What colour is he?
He's purple. He opens the door and gestures.
Is this the way out?
You can see you're basically in the snowfields of the mountains.
Oh. Okay.
Way above the Five Shires.
That's okay.
Okay, we can live with that.
What time it is?
It is, Okay, it is just past morning. You can see the sun coming and shining right in your faces.
Ah.
After beating the dark, you've got natural light directly in your face.
Oh, I pray to my great father's son and da. So, okay. Oh.
And looking out, it is quite a long way down.
Seems like we have a journey.
If only we knew someone who could turn into a bird.
To pterodactyl.
I'm sure you can fly them all.
So, can we
Oh,
recognise
it's huge.
anything below us?
You can see, you can recognise where you came from in Highshire.
Yep.
It's off, probably about a couple of miles off to the west of where you are.
Okay, right. So we've effectively come up the same mountain. We've come out at the top of the same mountain that we actually went into.
Yep.
Ober's
Yep.
You went in one way down lower in this.
Yeah, true. Yeah, get way further down. We're in the base of the mountain, but yes, we've come out the same mountain. Yeah.
You come out near one of their peaks.
Yeah. Well,
Go.
I would suggest that now we've gone up, we should go down.
Alright. So, what kind of dinosaur do you want to ride on?
Probably something large enough to carry everyone. I don't think it'd be a flying one though.
Dinosaurs. You got a pet dinosaur?
No, I can
It
tell.
will be your pet dinosaur.
Okay, so 20 on knowledge nature. A dinosaur's going to like it up here in the cold?
Probably not. You're about 10,000 feet above sea level.
I hear that a thing called a woolly mammoth, that might be good. Can you do that?
Yeah, I can actually.
Because they have fur and they have big tusks and they're quite cuddly too.
Alright. Woolly
Are you
mammoth.
limited for size at all?
No, it's only creature rating as long as it's my level or less. CR7
Right,
or
okay,
less.
yeah.
Oh, I did have an app that showed all the druid levels. I'm not going.
Yes, it's in Xanathar's. There's in the druids
Oh, damn it.
section. It's been suggested that we ride a woolly mammoth instead.
Cool.
Yep, CR6 is a mammoth. Let's go. Alright, turn into a mammoth. All aboard. I don't know what book mammoth is in. It's just in Xanathar's.
So it is freezing up here.
Yeah. Snuggle in.
I am prepared.
So you're about 3 k's above the sea.
Also totally going to taunt on you.
And looking
No
out,
way.
it is it is mostly angled down.
Oh, can the mammoth walk it down it?
It's ice.
Get your own dang tauntaun.
You could probably trigger an avalanche and take that down.
Surf's up, dudes.
Because this is a very pointed mountain range along the edge of the Five
right.
Shires. It's basically a knife through the divide between it and Durrican.
What's the bet if we went back to that door? We can't open it.
Well, as you turn around, they shut the door behind you, and it basically looks like the rest of the ice.
Cool.
So we will actually have a look and see, knowing the door at least was there, can we find evidence of the door anymore?
No, because it seamlessly meets the ice. They use magic.
Yep, okay, that's cool.
How much can a giant eagle carry?
As much as it wants.
Yeah, as long as it wants to go down.
That was almost a fantastic catch.
Almost.
So it's like, yes, I carry him 5 meters over that way and let go, and then I come back for the next one.
Large beast, I could carry you.
Anybody got Featherfall?
Strength 16.
10,000 feet down? I'm sure that can, work out how bad.
You just need to cast it for the last second.
Jump!
I have used that a few times.
Yeah, while you figure out what you're doing, I'm going to go to the bathroom.
Well, I'm not seeing shit.
Should we just go to Darrakan? My favourite place.
Well, we should return to the halflings and talk to them about the fact that, hey, the
More stuff to play on the
Potentially.
dwarves.
I feel like we should probably just wipe our hands of this little war and head to somewhere more horse friendly.
It's outdoors.
well, I think we could still try and look for the gem.
Yeah, we can look for the gem as long as it's outdoors.
We
As
could
soon
just-
as we come to a dungeon, we go, stuff that for a joke.
We could just fight all the orcs.
No.
No.
You gotta have a reason to fight things. Really, you do.
He does have a reason. But a player, he has a reason. Character, why would you hurt such innocent creatures?
War is life. Conquering is life. I like the halflings better.
Oh. Never thought about that way.
You don't bother thinking of it that way.
One thing you'll also want to note that on a D10, on a roll level 1, if you grab him, your spell ends.
I haven't cast anything on it.
I've spent a lot of time in Frozen Plains. I'll just walk / roll.
But only the first time he grabs you. It's like, grab and jump off. Slap, slap.
Well, if he's gonna go on his own, then I can carry
Probably
on.
not a great idea to let Plum go on his own, even if he wants to.
I think I better look after him because he needs a hand. I'm not touching him yet.
We're good. We're good. Let's go. We're good. How many times can you cast Polymorph?
Once
You're good.
per day. A long rest.
Okay, you can take Ploughman down first and hit.
Alright, take him down there.
Okay.
I'll just wait up here and.
How long does it last for?
Concentration, an hour, I think.
Or maybe find a spot where it's not snowy and then we all meet there and just.
Yeah, and maybe even take some supplies back.
1 hour.
1 hour. Okay, so you can quite easily make it to the Hobbit village and drop him off, and then grab a pint in the Ping, rest up, and come back and get the others the next day.
It takes that long.
It will take you more than half an hour to get down to the village.
And not so much even.
Have you ever seen the birds come down from a big height? They just don't normally just dive straight down.
Okay, I set up. I
And
guess
even
that's
so,
enough fire.
getting back up would take so much longer.
So, should we just take your horses and head up?
No. No. Plyman's common sense suddenly kicks in. Hell no.
You're not
You can
kidding
take me back up, but there ain't no way in hell you're taking my horses.
Why not?
They are far too valuable.
And there's no way he wants to go to Darrakan and leave his horses behind.
No, look, you can take me back up there. I don't give a shit. But we're not taking my horses.
Okay, how about can we get a sleigh and take that up tomorrow?
Do you tell them this before you leave?
Yeah, we should probably discuss this.
No, if we're
And-
discussing it and figure out it'll take over an
and
hour to
I
get
am-
down there.
Yeah, I'm not the one.
It'll
you
probably
want to be
take you
talking
between 15 minutes to half an hour to get down there,
Alright,
but it'll take
so there
you
won't be time to
between
get back.
half an hour to 45 minutes to get back.
Yeah. That said, though, bringing supplies, good cold weather supplies, back to the party would be a very good thing. And maybe a
Why is
who
good you're
can
in winter-
cast
you're in
Dimension
winter
Door or
mode?
something.
Where's what?
You're in winter mode.
Wait a
Yeah.
second, I can cast.
You're loving it.
I can
Probably.
cast Liamon's tiny hut
Oh
before
damn!
I go.
Yeah, that's.
You can just sit in there, and then I'll come and collect you.
I was waiting for Lumens to show up at some
How long
point.
does it last?
24 hours, usually.
24 hours. Okay.
Usually.
Well, I need a long rest, so I can have my 8-hour rest, then come back again.
And at the same time,
Yeah, 8 hours.
Well, I'm going to meditate to the Great One. So.
well, I mean, you could start traveling
But not if there's a hut there for them to just rest in.
Yeah.
Well, that's
And it's environmentally
The
good.
atmosphere inside the space is comfortable and dry, regardless of the weather outside.
Why don't we just go down half the way with you, then you cast the hut, and then come pick
Can
us
you cast
up?
the hut and polymorph?
Is it safe to walk down the
Not
thing?
particularly.
Oh.
But this is basically their watchtower.
Gotcha.
Alright, you guys stay here. You get some awesome spells, or I'll come back and do the same thing tomorrow.
And basically, you basically went all the way up to one of their peaks.
Yeah, can you prepare a different spell the next day? Like,
I mean, Liamon's Tiny Hut is a ritual, so I can cast it.
yeah,
But
is polymorph on
I mean,
spells per day?
I've only got
problem?
one 4th level spell
Yeah,
per day.
Yeah.
It can be polymorph. It can yeah, that's all I've got. I can't
Yeah.
change it until I level up.
Polymorph.
Polymorph or locate creature, and I'm pretty sure I know where you guys are.
The other question is there a halfling in town who is
You can
awfully
locate
good at-
creature and find out. Oh, can't polymorph now. Oh well.
awfully good at
That's it.
spells, like teleportation spells.
But we don't want to teleport because of all your artifacts.
Good thing to remember with your Leomund's Tiny Hut is it actually only lasts 8 hours.
So
But I can get back and get in it.
So you can have your rest. Go down, have your rest. It'll be
Do the
gone for an
ritual,
hour.
and then rest for the 8 hours, then cast the spell. Yeah, you have to be outdoors for. And then whatever.
all
But
right.
yeah, 8 hours, you're good. It might fade in the last half hour before I get back as bird form, but I'm sure you can rug yourself up with all the crap you've got in your 2 bags of holding.
Bird person.
Oh,
hang on.
Dimitri's not concerned because he can call up a phantom steed and just ride a goat down.
Then do that.
Can I make an Arcana check, please?
Yeah.
To kind of tell what happens if you're in a pocket realm and time runs out.
Yep. You're ejected.
Is that it?
Pretty much.
Okay.
It's not the like inverting a bag of holding or
That's
picking a
right.
hole
No,
in
no,
it.
no.
Still a
But remember
pocket realm,
also, Leomund's isn't actually a pocket realm anyway.
Oh, okay.
Let-
It's
the-
effectively
the tiny hut
creating
is just a dome
a
of
semi-permeable membrane over you.
Oh, okay. Yep.
That's right.
But
And you can fart as
control
much as
the
you
atmosphere
like because
inside.
it's always a comfortable environment.
So,
Comfortable for whoever creates it. So whatever the halfling thinks is comfortable.
it's not
everyone else
word
will
trick
be.
or something like that. So,
I mean, they're already crammed. It's a 10-foot radius, but it can fit 9 people.
I was going to cast Sacred Flame into a tree and keep burning it. That's all.
you're going to use Holy Flame on things?
Don't burn shit.
Out where the door was. Yeah. No, it's
And it's transparent from the inside, so you can see if anything's creeping up on you.
Hang on. It took us 3 hours to get up here. It's going to take us well over 8 hours to get back down and back up with
well,
everything.
no. I get the impression that we could get down very quickly.
Yeah.
It's just we can't get down safely.
Yeah.
Thank you, Captain Obvious.
You could get
No,
down
no,
in about
I mean, like even
10 rounds.
I'm not talking about deliberately jumping off or anything like that. I'm talking about the fact that if you did try and walk down, which, as I say, distance-wise might only take a few hours, your probability of slipping and falling is extremely high.
And I will
That
share your
still
pain
doesn't-
because I will also do a Lehman's Tiny Hut at the bottom of the mountain where I am.
okay.
It's not paid for. It's cheaper than paying for accommodation and getting your horse kicking people's heads.
Well, you put them up there. I'll go stay in there and just have my elven 4-hour rest, and I'll just do that. And I'll just
But you need 8 hours to get your spells back.
no 4 hours. No, 4 hours. When I said 4 hours, and I read
4 hours for elves.
Not for
But you do 4 hours rest. I still think you only get them once a day, effectively.
Not what I read up on it. The
It
cleric,
counts as our long rest.
Yeah, 4 hours counts as a long rest for elves, but
Yeah.
you can only do that once per day.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do. Yeah. Okay.
Surely in the halfling town, when you get down to the halfling town, surely there's going to be some sort of magic
some
user of
goats
some
and
sort.
slays.
Surely, at least a magic user of some sort who has the ability to cast teleport.
So how many people can ride your
What are
goat,
your
Jeremy?
artifacts?
Only me. Like
Only
that's
you?
just it. Like the Phantom Steed is something
Now
only I
you
can
were flying
ride.
down,
So-
and you were carrying.
Yeah.
You could essentially run shuttles over a long period of time.
Mm.
Well, one
Can you
of
cast
those
it for
people
someone
could be
else?
me. The others could be teleported out. And also, one of them would also have to be Stefan.
But
Oh,
you need a nice
for the
little
duration,
cast
sorry,
teleporter.
you or a creature you choose can ride the steed.
I don't know. Some sort of magical means.
How long does the steed last
How
for?
many can you cast?
Well, I haven't memorised it, so it's being cast as a ritual, and it only lasts an hour. So basically, I could do one, someone can start going down there, and then while I'm doing that, another one starts. Because you don't want to wait for me to get all of them, because the first one will drop before they start moving. So
So it looks
Yeah.
like Dimitri can actually pantom you all
Yeah.
down there.
Nice.
like I say, it'll be a case of going down one at a time, and obviously the but yeah.
Done.
I had thought it was actually only I could ride the creature, but no, it's definitely you or a creature you choose can ride the steed. So,
Lovely.
So yes, you spend a time doing your ritual to protect everyone, so he can actually cast his ritual and send people on an imaginary animal.
Awesome.
An imaginary flying animal, I believe.
I think it's crazy real horse-like creature. Speed 100 feet, can travel 10 miles in an hour, or 30 miles at a fast pace. Yeah, I don't think it actually flies, but the idea being that, actually, if it's more than don't like or goatish, Xbox is horse-like, then it should be able to climb down the mountain without too much problem.
Ooh, there's a goat there. Looks like St. Bruce. No, okay. Okay, I'll go down first, and I'll bless him with the father-son, Ixion. Thank you for his.
You spend time blessing the horse.
No,
Give me
I
a
don't-
religion.
No, I didn't.
I don't think the horse believes in you.
I do a quick bless towards Dimitri.
Sure,
Thank
give me a
you.
religion. You're going to bless someone. Sometimes the god listens.
That's a definite no.
Okay.
Dimitri's godless.
We knew.
I was going to say, are you trying to do the same thing you did with a certain temple?
Okay, so you start calling on Ixion's name. You apparently have gotten Ixion's attention on Dimitri.
Thank you. That's what
And as you're doing so, you sort of see the sun get hotter right around Dimitri. As the area around him starts to melt.
Well done.
I knew there was something strange about him.
As the mountaintop around him starts to liquefy.
I'm fairly sure Martin is the Wishmaster.
Or just the solar flare.
Does this make the path easy to go down?
What was it?
Does it make
No, it makes it an avalanche.
We're at the top, so it shouldn't have an avalanche. We are at
You
the top.
you should be trying to ride the avalanche down.
No. It's melting around us going down, so there we're at the top as long as we don't,
It's
get
melting the top.
That's
Melting
right.
the top.
What do you think you're on?
Oh, I'll take the first
You're
horse,
on the
thank
section
you.
that's
I'll take
melting.
the first horse, thank you.
You turn around and the steed that he summoned for you is gone.
Oh, that didn't help. Let him go there. I'm going. I'm destined for this. This is all brought. I said, these people weren't as honest as I thought they were.
Who are you talking to or about?
I'm talking to myself, to my God. My God has doomed us all.
Well, you called down your god's wrath on Dimitri.
Well, I didn't expect it all at once. So, can I re-roll that?
You could, if you really wanted to. We've still got 3
Yeah.
left.
That's 14.
Okay, so clouds pass, and your steed's still there. But you had this momentary thing of you were
Boom.
calling damnation down on top of you.
Oh, maybe the father did say to learn that better. And maybe as Zoe learn more things.
Well, sometimes you accidentally curse things you love.
Well, I wouldn't say Dimitri's in my love factor just yet. But anyway. Well, I think we all write a Phantom Steed down. I'm just doing that as
Okay. So you all make it down without any further god calling incidents. Just amusing every time a cleric prays, they have a chance of getting some attention.
Yeah, I didn't get the divination spell, so you're very lucky so far. So.
Well, the divination spell gives you the right to demand an answer.
Yes.
The religion roll gives you a chance of getting an answer.
Yes. That's a not bad one actually on that one. First time. Yeah. Oh, at least I know what I have to do next time. Have plenty of rerolls are available.
Okay, so as you finish the day out when everyone reaches the halfling village, some of you sipping some ales, some of you having a nice meal, one of you wrapping up a stableman's injuries.
Would you like healing?
You
Another
might
kick
want
for
to
the
wait
horse.
Well, how long do I have to wait?
till tomorrow.
Until he has a long rest.
Okay, when he tells me, I'll heal him. Anyway, till then, I will go mend the weak and injured.
You know that after you have a long rest, you don't need his healing anymore.
8 hours will do it. Get all your hit points back.
Anyway, I'll go find
It
a.
just occurs to me. How many ritual horses do I have to go through to get plumbing on a horse?
I think it would be the second last one.
No, I meant like how many did you dispel as soon as you try to step on it?
Well, I dispel one. I don't dispel the next one.
Right.
Cool. But I'll go while we're in the town. I'll go find maybe a church and
I can ride any horse.
and I'll go help.
Except this
I'll
one.
go help. Feed the poor and lend the sick and all that kind of stuff and all that.
And there are so many poor here and so many sick, they need all the attention they can get.
Yes, I will do that.
And the same
Yeah.
one comes
Yeah.
back multiple times.
So you plan on bringing Ichi's attention to more people.
That looks like the same crippled Timmy.
This is a village full of, there's probably thousands and thousands of halflings here who are sick and impoverished. In a town of about luckily to have about 400, you've healed about probably about 1,000 different halflings as far as you know.
And
Well, no, 1,000 halflings, not different ones.
I didn't say they were different.
That's what, no, but you said 1,000 different halflings. I said, no, 1,000 halflings.
Well, he probably thinks that they're different because they changed places between.
Students. Yeah.
Well, I'll talk in halfling as I let them go and saying, bless them.
None of them seem to understand.
I know that. I just want to do it. So, yeah.
So you're really rubbing it into them.
So,
I go and see little Basil.
Yep. He's currently lying unconscious in the stables. He's got about 5 bruises in his face.
Only. That's an improvement on yesterday.
Well, the rest of his body's got more, but the face is visible.
Bad horse.
Horse looks at you. All the horses look at you. They look at the little stable boy and then turn and look the other way.
Are we
Keep
ready to
their tails
report
ready.
to the village elders?
before we do that, I'm going to change a couple of spells now, but I'll. So with Zone of Truth.
Just
and
FYI, we went on an investigative mission and we found the cause of the problems.
I think that deserves a big tick.
Hmm?
What was the reward we were going to get?
Killed.
Fuck all.
I believe that the purpose was to go and remove an undead threat.
It's removed.
The undead threat completely solved.
Yep, there is no undead threat in those caves.
You may want to keep still away from it. Yeah.
Also go and find a gem. Goodbye.
Is there any town records or anything like that around? Like any?
They do have some town records.
Yeah. Okay. Dimitri will be interested to actually see if you can access records and histories of the town or the nearby folk, trying to or talking to elders and the powers that be, the sheriff, the mayor, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Inquiring about if they had any knowledge of purple orcs down underneath or any records of them.
They do not have any real knowledge of that.
But I didn't expect they would. But also then any records of Lightfinger Ichabod.
Well, about 300 years ago, most of the writings of the Shires were burned.
When they got taken over by the dwarves.
No, that's when the orcs came through last.
Okay. Yeah.
Can I?
Yeah, they came and they came and tried to recover the gem that Ichabod had stolen, huh?
So the
But the orcs that came through, there's no differentiation in the records as to what type of orcs they were.
they just note them as orcs
Yeah,
because
right.
there's no records of around that time for about 50 years afterwards it took them before they could actually rebuild and start records again. But their records only start with notation of since the Orc devastation.
Can I? Is there a temple of Ixion here at all?
No.
Okay. What would be the lead
There's
temple?
a lesson in that.
No. What would be the lead temple here? Because I want to talk to the lead priest.
Okay, the Five Shires lead to.
And
Well, okay, Demetrius is planning on then talking to local authorities and saying, well, be aware, you have an impressive civilization living beneath your feet at the present time.
Hey. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
If you continue to delve deep, you're likely to run into opposition. Very strong opposition.
Okay, the temple.
And they're not
here,
the normal orcs.
temple here is the temple of Sumac.
Sumac. I'll go to the temple, advising that I am a.
And you see that this has all the symbologies of earth gods.
Okay. I'll say that I'm a priest of Ixion, just to give them a heads up first. But I would like to talk to the lead priest about some stuff that we found recently in the mountain, and see if I can get some. Looking for background information on whether they knew there was orcs up there. And
Orcs live on the ground. Of course, orcs live on the ground.
where the orcs, it wasn't undead that the orcs are up there that's causing issues.
Yeah, we worked that out.
I know, but
They knew it was orcs, but they assumed that it was either black or green ones from the neighbouring lands.
And I want to ask about if they've known of a green gem that might have been stolen from the orcs a long time ago. Because I'm thinking that maybe the temple might know some background knowledge.
No, we have no records dating back anything.
Before
250 years is where their records start.
Okay.
Everything before that was destroyed by invaders.
Invaders. Okay. So north of the mountains. And I asked him, was there any?
By the way, does anyone feel like we've left something behind?
No,
Little Miss
no. Well, the orcs said they'll be fine, so they should be fine.
and Nasty Stump.
I'm sure no one will miss them.
I believe that should be
The
fine.
adventure goes on.
Um,
We're not going to just camp out there for a whole session, waiting for them to get their act together.
Hey, I've got a spell that I can cast and talk
It's
to
alright.
them and see what they
Demetrius
are.
will pull them out of his bag of holding next session.
I'm sure they'll still be, breathing.
That's right.
So where are we currently, Martin?
You're in the
You can
Five
expect a
Shires,
couple of
so
necklaces of
if you
adaptation.
can see the finger,
I've got a colour map.
you are about there.
And the mountain we just come from, which is above us.
Yeah.
Now they said from there was north.
North is Darrakan,
Yes.
and then Broken Lands, and then Galantry.
So in Galantry.
There's Alfheim, where you came from.
Oh.
Also to the north. There's Karameikos, where the group just came from.
Okay.
Darrakan. I want to hand in my Redrian staff.
You don't want to be the messenger anymore.
What does the messenger do?
Talk to the Redrian. That's what the messenger does.
Oh, is that how you use the staff?
Yeah.
I haven't attuned to it. Do I have to attune to it?
Yeah.
That sounds risky.
Well, unfortunately, you've touched it, so you're attuned to it. It's
It's
an artifact. It doesn't count as your...
You get your 4 attunement items plus an artifact.
Oh,
Yep.
gosh.
Artifacts don't count as a normal attunement.
Okay.
They choose you.
I just wrote down, don't use this. Do not use this. But it turns out I'm also attuned to it.
That's right, yeah, no. You don't need to use it. It'll use you.
Occasionally, it will call on its own and do stuff. But if you want to do something specific, you risk, burning yourself out.
Alright. Okay, then I'll just be the messenger.
Okay. So I've spoken to the head priest around here. Got nothing out of it. I'll go up and back to meet up with the rest of the party. Demetrius tells us that he can't find it either. I mentioned to Dimitri I do have a spell called Zone of Truth. That might be able to get some information that it's not getting told. Do we need to use this?
I honestly doubt that they know anything.
Okay.
They're hard to
It's
get up. What would they know?
Their cultures, they can't even speak their language. What do you think they've kept of their history?
I would like to go back to my lands to see if they've got any knowledge of this, because we've been around for much, much longer than these short-lived people.
Should we investigate this gem?
I think we really want to find out about it.
Yeah, because
I wouldn't mind sending it to the halflings so they can broach some bees.
Because I mean, I'm sure we can do with an artifact in the party.
Well, the Five Shires is known as
Well done,
one of the
Jeremy.
most fertile areas of the world.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a clue. Gem of fertility.
Cool, let's take it back to Effingar.
We haven't found it yet, have we?
Not
I
yet.
mean,
We
Not
just
yet.
asked at one temple. Right. How'd
do we
you go?
have a locate object or not?
I do, but it's 1,000 feet, and I've got to know the object.
We've got to,
I've got to be familiar with it.
Yeah, good.
Seeing it in an illusion montage doesn't count. Plus, it only works to 1,000 feet. What I need is to get to level 9 and cast Legend Lore. That'll give me some serious clues. Or we can just go around talking to people and researching history because I'm expert in that.
Well, it looks like all history's been destroyed by the orcs.
No, well,
We can go
no.
and talk to
A
other
halfling
halflings.
history's been lost.
We
Yeah.
can talk to other
By the-
halflings. Not all of them are going to be lost.
That's right.
Most of the Five Shires was ravaged, and before that, dwarves wiped out most of their history, and before that, orcs wiped out their history. So
That's right.
that's why none of them speak halfling anymore.
Alright, what's the most fertile place in the Five Shires?
You asked them that?
Yeah.
Okay. They always say that this shire is, of course, the most fertile.
Right. Have you got any objective evidence of such?
We make the best beer.
Okay.
So obviously, High Shire is the
You
best
know-
shire.
I was going to say, passing through East Shire, I'm sure they told us they made the best beer.
They do. And I can tell you the differences between all the beers. And of
Yes.
course, theirs is the best beer.
Exactly.
Can I send in to talk to my father at the temple of my temple back in... How far is sending go? Let me check how far sending goes. I don't think it goes that far.
Sending goes same plane.
Yeah, I think you're good.
Cool, okay.
As long as you can get yourself down to 25 words.
Message has a fairly
Don't
short
let
range,
Dimitri
but
do it.
sending has a long range.
So
Like,
I would like to ask, has he any knowledge of this green gem that the orcs once had that was taken by the halflings? In our history records, and see if he replies. I'm looking at the Elven temple history kind of thing, because that might be longer than it wouldn't be.
25 words.
So I'll say, Father, is there any information on a powerful green gem the orcs of the underworld might have had near the halflings that was stolen by the halflings a long time ago? Regards, Kiki.
Okay.
I hope that's 25. I think it'll be pretty well.
And okay, so and you've got your small bit of copper wire.
Yep.
Okay, and you hear a report back saying he will look it up now.
I'll wait for a further reply after that. Because,
Well, he has to reply immediately, or you don't hear it.
but he can cast send it himself. Being a priest.
it might take him a little while to actually do the research.
That's cool. I'm happy because I've got nothing here right now, and
And being an elf, he'll get back. He'll get on it right away. Means you'll hear something in the next year or two.
yeah, that's fair enough.
That's alright.
Long-lived people don't seem to understand that this whole passion of getting things done today.
That's okay.
It's like they're from the Northern Territory.
Well, they're still going to go through summer and spring.
today,
And
not
spring is
tomorrow,
such a lovely time with all the
not
butterflies
Tuesday,
and all that kind of
Thursday.
stuff.
Well, look, this is passionate about dragons. I'll get back to that other thing in a moment. 3 years later, see, that was an interesting passage on dragons. I finally finished translating it. Now, what was I doing again? Oh, yeah, that's right. I was looking up this other stuff.
Turns out
If
his
only-
son's
If only we
dead.
knew another sage we could talk to. I don't know.
What? What do you need to know?
Do we know anyone else that might have some great knowledge of this area?
I haven't come from here.
Okay. Oh, okay.
I mean, I'm a out of town halfling.
Oh,
You don't even go here.
You don't do it.
so you're like a forbidden halfling.
An expatriate halfling.
Forbidden sounds better.
I'm not forbidden. But I come from Darrakan City.
That's cool.
Where the Toss Cobbles are well known.
Oh, well, that's very good to hear. Would you have any friends that might have some knowledge which is lost in this area? About this
We're
area?
not packing up, are we?
No.
I'm just.
Um,
I've asked my father at the temple, but he's well known to take over a year or two in Elven years to get back to me. So maybe if you have a quicker way of getting information.
I'm happy to sing some songs and ask people to
Pass the
insert
time.
I'll start singing a song about a green gem and then ask the rest of the town to finish it for me.
Or do we need to use our big Ethengarian friend to...
I don't think beating people up should be the standard.
No.
Yeah.
Well, look, he'll just kill people until they tell you.
No, he'll give him the answer. I can use my I call it my truth cone to get in case they're not wanting to tell us about this green gem if it's such a powerful thing.
It's not something he'd do, actually. He wouldn't go around killing people.
I know I'm teasing you.
He would, however...
Encourage people to talk.
No. He would invade the entire village. And if everyone died, well, that's just a thing that happens.
That's completely different.
Yeah.
So Martin, I'm assuming that the most likely sources of knowledge and history in the land would either be the elves, Glantry, or Darrakan. Is that right?
The people who would know the most about what the halflings have would be the dwarves.
I don't even know a dwarf. Do you know a dwarf?
They basically-
Something.
They basically stole most of the halfling culture and took it back to the dwarven lands.
Oh.
Yeah, but okay. Was there any indication of actually tried to hold on to the culture?
Oh, I only met the
I mean, if
dwarf.
you want to kill dwarves, that's fine.
Well, they probably would have stuck it the equivalent of here's something we did earlier
Well,
and put it aside somewhere for later.
We had some trespassing
Okay.
dwarves one time.
So are they
We
likely
had
to
to
have
shoot
kept
them.
anything actually in High Forks, or are we looking going all the way back to, or all the way up to Rockholm?
It was the dwarves of Rockholm who had actually conquered the area.
They tried to bypass and come and sneak into our area.
There's a rock home. Add that to my shit list.
And they were cutting down trees of all things, especially in the Elven area. Such a strange thing to do. So a party and I did.
I heard a dwarf once kicked a horse.
Dwarf kicked a horse.
Why would a dwarf do that?
Why do dwarves are such? These orcs seem nicer than these dwarves. I don't know. So
And you once heard of a dwarf trying to ride a horse. It was hilarious.
I think Wilm's not liking the hearing this right now when I'm just mentioning this, but anyway. But
So we could go to Darrakan City and do some research in the libraries and such
we could do that.
for stories about the fertility and the green gem.
Yep.
Or we could have a dwarf friend of us ask he could go back and maybe talk to his dwarf kin about anything
I
like
don't
that.
think the dwarf would make it because he'd get killed by the halfling.
No, I don't. But if we knew a dwarf that we could talk to,
He'd get killed by the halfling.
if we get out of the halfling lands, of course.
I mean, I can only cast 3 fireballs, but
Really? How much hatred? Oh. I don't like them much at all, but there wasn't a hatred.
racist slavers.
The shadow elves. Oh, I hate those
I
bastards.
think I'm saying dwarves, Rocco,
Dwarves
in
are
brackets,
just
Nazis.
Nazi, eh? Wow, wait till I can meet your character. Oh, it's good such a.
Yeah, so
How's the worst
I would
one?
suggest that potentially we could go to Darrakan and to see if there's at the library there whether there's any information. With the next stop then being Glantry.
Yep.
And if it's not found there, keep going up northeast or across to Rockholm and see if we can find the information there.
Yeah. Anyway, well, we could do that, and if we meet any nice dwarves on the way, we might ask some questions. But I'm not sure if there's many nice dwarves around these days. They seem to be very
No, you'd have to vouch for
temperamental.
them.
They seem to be very, temperamental and always want to get their own way. So look, Dimitri, that's a good idea, Dimitri. I think we should follow you to this way of thought.
So, while you were all talking, I wasn't listening. What are we doing now?
Apparently, you're traveling all the way out to Darrakan City.
Can you point out where we are to where that is?
Okay, so
Which is actually not that far from where we are right now.
on the map, you are probably somewhere about here.
Mm-hmm.
You have to come down this way and up that way to there.
Do we know of any of those potential adventures that were between here and there?
Not particularly.
All right, let's just go there then.
Does anyone in Ringrise know of any other evil things happening in the Five Shires that we can help with? Particularly if they're outdoors.
There's a couple of halflings with a
Particularly if
ring
horses
going
can help.
somewhere.
Those little bastards. I bet you they stole it.
Alright, well, it looks like Golem multiplied now. Sorry.
Okay, in the Five Shires.
The bacon pastry thief? You know what I'm talking about. Jerry might be them. Oh, yeah, Jerry might be around. No, it wasn't actually. No.
That is no war call.
Boromir
the human pincushion, no!
So Dr. Dark was the bacon thief one day, once ago. Right?
Okay, so
Still the bacon pastries away from the pigs. So.
there are talk about mages appearing in the Five Shires and abducting halflings. Mage abductions. Like UFO abductions, but with magic.
Wow. What would you want with a halfling?
I don't know, they care enough about that.
We can look for stories about it. So
That's what they're basically talking
They talk about stories, and are there any?
There's a bright light in the field, and then people disappear.
Did they
Strange
potentially
sounds.
come back probed?
Or some come back saying that they were probed by, strange beings with magic.
Are there crop
Strange
circles?
grey mages.
And yes, there are crop circles.
Big
Hey,
heads.
I healed a couple of those. They were strange individuals.
And how did you go about healing their particular injuries?
It's, us
Let me
elves,
see the wound.
us elves.
Let me probe the problem.
Right. So you just right.
No, I didn't do anything that would affect the area of issue. I did
So
a
you
no
just wave a finger over their head.
I
and
used
get healed.
magic to cleanse it without me touching.
Okay.
So you pray to a god and their ass caught fire.
Excuse me.
I shall
don't talk
convert you
God-
to my god.
Don't talk to my God about like that. My God, thank you. He doesn't do that.
All right. So thank you for the story about the mages stealing halflings, probing them, and then returning them.
They're not right in the head when they come back. They're not real halflings.
Oh, they weren't right in their head, trust me.
Okay. Any other?
And my cousin's cousin was taken. I'm sure of it.
We will watch out for such things.
Be careful, they might probe you too.
Are there any other stories?
I'm sure they've taken my cousin's cow as well. He come back strange. Its milk just doesn't taste right anymore.
Is there someone else we can talk to?
Sure, you can talk to Bill over there, but he's one of those crazy people.
Okay. Thank you. We're on it. We're on it.
I'm thinking of Dave Chappelle character right now, but yeah.
But if we're working our way through the Five Shires, it would be good to collect stories about
You know what
particularly fertile things and things that we might need getting killed.
There are quite a few males who are quite happy to say how fertile they are.
Okay.
I can vouch for that, and I'm not.
What the? You can vouch for what?
I can reject all knowledge that I ever. They tried to hit on me. I said no. I'm not interested in that.
You can, but in what way can you vouch for their?
They said they were very
claims of being
fertile. I said I'm not interested. Go away.
Okay, so the
Virile, but not
So you can
fertile.
vouch for their claims, not for whether they're correct.
That's correct.
All right. Glad we clarified that.
I don't believe that's something that an elf and a halfling should never do.
Wow.
Where did you study your
Racist.
medicine exactly?
Just in where the big forest is.
So he slept through some of his classes. She
She-
slept through some of her classes.
I may or may not had a.
With the
Oh.
priest. Sorry.
I take offence to that halfway.
Sorry, I'm
Oh.
taking offence to you. Continue.
I wait till you finish your log. We won't start going there.
She's very opinionated. She's
Yes. When I get
come
fired
out-
up, I do get opinionated.
she's out of her shell, or shrine.
Dimitri, let's go, please. Thank you.
Better class of conversation can be had
Yes.
with.
I think I'm liking this Dimitri more than the rest of the party
That's
right now.
right.
Except for Palmer.
He'll put you down. We'll just take the piss.
You seem to be a nice guy. You hurt things hard.
So we're heading to Darrican?
I
Yes.
believe they're heading to Darrican after all that
And we're
argument.
collecting every story on the way. I've got some empty pages to fill.
You got many stories about halfling abductions.
Okay, I don't have to keep. I can do that once on one page. I don't have that much paper to waste.
But you have about 50 odd people along the way willing to tell you all the entire story about their abduction, point blow to blow.
That's okay. As we travel along, you can try and keep up and tell us your story.
Below to below.
However you want to take blow to blow, that's
No,
completely
I'm
up
just
to you.
leaving that one go. As a player, I'm not doing it as a character. It's kicking that. It's just wrong.
You see Plowman trotting away into the distance. Well, trotting out of town with
Without a horse,
trotting off
just
screen.
going with the coconuts or...
brave surviving.
Followed by the horses just going clap, 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 clap with their hooves.
We're on horses.
I do ask Plough before we go, may I borrow one of your horses to ride to... I said I don't know the background of your race. So.
Malky is a fantastic horse.
And
I'm learning
I
vehicles now.
ask in a nice way that I'm trying not to offend.
Plowman spends quite a bit of time explaining to you just how sacred and special these horses are, and that if you in any way injure them, you'll end up like that big orc.
Understand, respect, and
And Playman has that, streak of white in his hair for, aging.
I thought we didn't do that.
That's right, you didn't.
Yeah,
No, actually, you didn't. Did you do get the spell off? You did get the ability off.
that's true.
And that's why you were,
No,
you turned off
because I
magic.
threw it away and then summoned it back. The summoning back was... Let's split the difference. 5
Okay,
years.
5 years, okay.
Done.
how much is a horse?
Oh no, you're quite well. You are genuinely quite welcome to ride it.
Yeah.
It's just treat it with respect.
Archery is the best respect as a elf can do.
I know you might pray to your god and it catches fire.
No praying.
Write an animal handling check roll, please.
Shoot.
It's just a charisma check.
Yeah. Charisma check, no. Hammer. Not a charisma check. I get hurt, don't I? It's a 7.
7. Yeah. As he goes up to, be friendly to the horse stands on his foot.
Try the next horse.
20.
20.
The next horse doesn't hate you.
That one just flicks you off its tail multiple times.
What's the name of this horse?
Hang on. Let me.
But you do notice it has blood on its hooves.
Beagle Bob.
No, I won't ask. No.
I was riding Malkia, but...
Yeah, so you are now riding Loren. You're riding Malkia.
Lorraine.
Which is probably... Malkia doesn't hate you, which is probably why you didn't want...
Oh, that's right.
Sucky
Malkia's
face.
my friend.
Also, what's his name? Yeah, Basil. I guess Basil's coming along on his stupid little mule that they
Yep.
found him.
The mule kicks him every now and
Oh,
then.
it was a pony. I asked him for a pony.
But they got a mule.
Oh well,
Apparently the pony didn't want him.
fair enough.
And if you need them to go faster, I can turn into a pterodactyl and fly them at 80 feet around.
Well,
Fly him at the
One
speed
day.
of sound.
One day.
how
One
fast
day
the
you're
horse
gonna
go?
get to
How
it.
fast the horse go?
Quite fast.
How fast though?
Hang on.
60 feet, I think.
Because I do 40 feet at the moment.
Oh no, it's faster than you, man.
I know, but I'm pretty good at it. Pretty quick across the ground.
You gonna run?
70 feet.
No, I'm not going
Yeah,
to.
this is... Oh, well, that's...
But-
Yeah, this is 80, so...
If I had to, that was my option.
Hey?
So
This is 80.
What?
The flying...
Oh,
speed
right.
of
Yeah, 70 feet.
okay, cool. Let's go.
the- 80 feet as the Quetzalcoatlus was
So
flying.
how's Jeremy going to go? Are you just going to get on your phantom speed for an hour and then when it unsummons, summon a new one?
No. He's going to ride his horse.
Okay. What about Raya?
I have my
Horse?
face steed.
Hmm.
Yeah, we all have.
Everyone has a horse except for 2 people.
Or no.
Yeah.
You got a horse.
Well, I just walk through the woods. I don't usually have to get a horse before.
gym.
I should get a
How
horse.
did you get to the 5 shires if you never had a horse?
I just walked.
He prayed.
We just walk out, and it's like, I said I'm not old enough to own an elk yet, So.
She's an elf. She's very patient.
You're old enough to pray and things catch fire. So.
Maybe I'll pray for your death soon. Yeah.
Jeez, got dark, didn't it?
Well, we're
We
different.
really tested her faith.
Well, we're different elves now, so we can do that. So.
Right.
Right.
Jeez.
Clip clop.
Clip clop.
Clip clop.
Okay, it takes you
They're gonna be dark
about a
to
week
do.
or so to get there.
I know,
I'll figure out the details
Ringrise.
later.
Yeah,
Because Rhea
cool.
hasn't got me pistol pot for a whole session.
But we're high elf, wood elf. We're a bit different with each other, so it's like it's. Yeah.
I'm technically not a high elf per se. Technically.
Well, technically, I think you are. So.
That's fine.
Technically.
And I think Dimitri's an elf too, but I haven't realised that yet. So.
That's how sheltered she is.
So I haven't really examined Dimitri yet.
Jeez,
So.
there's lots
Yeah, and
of
Plyman's
lots of lines
technically
being
not a
drawn.
god, but I mean, if you ask him, especially after that fight, he is.
Well, keeps trying to convince you you're a god.
Black and white in Kiki's mind.
Okay, so a week or so later, you find yourself at Darraken City, bustling
Oh,
metropolis.
did we learn anything along the way? Any?
A lot of
stories?
probing stories.
Okay, not a lot of fertility stories, or
And
that's where
I closed my ears a couple of
the
times. to
story
some
of the
stories.
green gem being buried in that mound. No.
Well, they're talking a lot of things about being buried in the mound, but no green
No.
gems.
We gotta
No,
get the
Plyman's
fuck
a
out
god.
of
Isn't it?
It's a silly place.
Now, while I'm at, we're at this, we're at the city.
Yep.
Is there a temple of Ixion here at all?
There's a college of law.
Because I
Oh.
really need to do a prayer session because I really feel that I'm not quite used to it. Not quite used,
Emergency prayer station.
Yeah,
I need a prayer.
I'm not quite used to this kind of what anti-religion.
Godlessness.
Any prayer.
Godlessness is probably the word I was using.
I
Yeah,
can pretend to be praying. I can cast a healing spirit on you.
yeah. I can cast cards in your faith and you'll take 60 points of damage, but I don't want to do that. So I was like, yeah.
Okay,
spirit's good.
give me a religion roll.
Okay. Good eyes.
Yeah, because Kiki running into their church being chased by a healing spirit isn't
12.
wrong.
You don't recognise any churches to Ixion here?
Can
Doesn't
I
mean that
make-
there isn't any, it's just you don't
Can
recognise
I
them.
make
Can I
a general
ask-
stumbling idiot check to maybe notice the Church of Ixion?
Sure. Religion roll.
Give me a 20. Come on. No.
I ask a city guards if they have any temples of Ixion here?
Well, has Dimitri been to Darraken City before?
Yes, you have. This is where you met Red Darien.
So you see
But
me
that's,
asking.
Dimitri had never actually met Redred.
Oh, sorry, you didn't.
Yes, you-
Actually, you did in the backstory, just not on screen.
Now's your
Oh,
chance.
okay, right.
For real.
In which case then, Dimitri will point Kiki towards the nearest temple of Ixion.
So you point him to the nearest temple of Roruntam because that's how they refer to him here.
Well, but okay, so I got 22 on my religion check, so
Right.
Okay.
so pointing in the direction of the appropriate temple equivalent thereof, and also let her know that yes,
Okay.
in this location of this country, Ixion is known as Ranton.
Oh, okay. Must be a different way of Yeah, there must be. Okay.
If we are going to go and do our separate ways for a day or two, we'll have to have a meeting place at the, the city
That's
square
such a
or
good
something.
idea. Where should we meet?
The city square.
City Square.
Well, Rindarian has a
I was going to say,
the
or the Knights, the
What's it called?
Knights.
rivet.
Knights River, yes. I was thinking Nail. I thought, no, it's not Nail. It's,
R-V-E-T?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Is that knight with a K?
Knight for K, yes.
Is that a
Yes.
establishment we can?
Can
sleep?
we stay there for free because we are part of Dimitri's chosen researchers?
Oh, no. This is because you're the one carrying the staff at the moment.
Well, it's because you're part of Rindarian's investigation bureau.
I am. All right, let's go.
The RBI.
Okay.
The RBI.
Well, I'll go off to my temple.
Mm-hmm. It's not your temple.
I'll go off to. I'll go off to my. Yeah, you know what I mean. And I'll just see if I can just sit there, pray, and. Think
Every
about-
now and then one of them corrects you saying, Runtum.
Oh,
Why
sorry.
are we in Darraken again? Why are we in Darraken?
Oh, because it's a big city, and the College of Law is here, so we can learn stories about green gems. But I am expecting.
Oh, Law, Lore.
Yes.
Okay.
Redrian might
And they
be
do
able-
have LAW as
Yeah,
well.
I don't need that.
Redrian might be able to give us a choice of quests, so we can pick a land-based one, and there might be other adventures we can hear about. It's a city.
Huzzah.
And if people have got money, they can spend it.
And, okay, if we didn't find anything further to go on, it's on the way to Galantru, which has potentially a bigger library.
Ah, really?
Dedicated to the arcane.
Okay.
Or artifacts, or things of mystical origins.
There you go.
They stole it from everyone else.
I'm sure Galantry is a much sillier place than Darraken.
It is.
Darraken has the best sewers.
We have the best. I brought the best sewers.
And just about no Ethingarian worth their salt would ever want to go there.
To Darraken?
No, to
To
Galantry.
Galantry. There you go. Best place ever.
Really. I mean, I'm not saying Darraken's good. I'm just.
There's a
saying
section
that other
of
place.
Galantry that's paved with the skulls of Ethingarians.
Jesus Christ.
Literally.
I miss the gnomes.
Where's the place that's paved with dwarven skulls? Oh, we were there already. That's okay.
Yep.
You were,
Is there
literally.
much of
Around.
is there much of a gnome population here?
In here, yep, there's a tower.
I'm gonna go chill out
Yes.
with gnomes.
The tower is about,
They've got a direct travel service between Darraken and Highforge.
and just about anywhere else in the world. They'll drop you off along the way, literally.
Was this the place where I met my girlfriend or not? Rachel or not? It's a different place.
Different place. So there is this big tower in the middle of the place. You can hear griffins at the base of it, and the tower soars up about 100 to 150 feet. And
At the inn was there stables.
there are stables at the end,
Fantastic.
and you can actually see what appears to be some sort of pirate ship parked in the air above.
Right.
Haven't we
Nasty
been on
Stumps
that?
pirate ship.
It's goblin. Sorry, it's
Half
No.
gnome.
Flying the Alphacian flag.
The one was supposed to take to the giants, wasn't it? Or not? There's another one I think of. Okay. Too many.
Okay.
You pass a
Flag
party that
flying
includes
ship.
a murder hobo.
Okay.
Things not good will for them.
I do ask the head priest here about
Mm-hmm.
does he have any? Is there any? I suppose religious documents about any forgotten gems from the Five Shires?
Where would we care about Five Shires?
I'm just asking. I'm on a mission to.
He will look into the religious texts and see if Waruntum has gifted us with knowledge on these little folk and their needs.
Okay. When are you like
But
to?
why are you interested in gems? Isn't that a dwarven thing?
No. We're trying to relieve the
Dwarven?
a war between two different factions at the moment. I believe this artifact will reduce any.
It's an
sort of-
artifact now. So you should have said artifact to begin with.
Oh,
You said gem.
sorry, artifact. Do apologise. So
Do you have a name for this artifact?
Oh.
Do you actually know the name, or do you just have some references? Do you have a picture? Do you have a description?
I've got a picture.
We didn't get a name for it, did
I
we?
mean, I haven't coloured it in yet, but I can do that.
No, we didn't get a name for it. All I know was a green gem. It's over 300 years old, and it was taken by the Halflings from another race.
It's fertility. It's a gem of fertility.
So-
You saying that?
Was it gem
Gem
of
of fertility. It's fist
Gem of-
size.
No.
also
Remember, the concept was that those of us with history had recognised that there were references in history to seeds of fertility or gems of fertility,
Yeah.
which we assume this was one of those, but again, not necessarily the official name of the item.
I'd say that
So-
there's been rumours that it might be mentioned as this, but we're not sure if we're 100% certain.
But we know it had a fertility.
Exactly, that's right. We know
But
the
it
effects of
seems to provide great fertility.
Well, that sounds like an artifact of matter. Shouldn't you be asking one of their gods?
Point out, we didn't get much from the Halflings. They don't seem to have lost all their knowledge over the last 200 years.
They're forgetful. They haven't been able to look after their own needs for a long time. You should really go and help them.
Well, we just have.
Aren't you, knowledgeable in these things?
Yeah, look. I said I'm.
Spend 1,000 years there, and I'm sure they'll be better.
Yeah, you healed 1,000 halflings.
I did
Well,
provide my
400.